Bloody hell, Larry. E3 happened again.
Did it really?
It did. A man told me.
It's becoming a yearly thing now, isn't it?
It certainly is. And I missed it all this year and had to catch up on it later.
Oh, well, don't worry. I watched most of it live. I watched the Microsoft conference live, and then I sat up till 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the Sony one, and then which I didn't.
That good, eh?
Yes.
Still no Last Guardian, I presume.
No! How did you know?
Well, I checked actually. But,
it's not the Duke Nukem Forever. They're gonna.
Comes out, it's even worse.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Gearbox about 3 years later. It's going to be a rush job. Everything's is shit. You know.
Somehow it's an FPS.
Yeah. And John St.
Colonial Marines, the sequel.
And they're going to have John St. John narrate the big giant giant dog bird thing.
Giant dog bird.
Yes.
That does sound almost like a Roald Dahl book. So E3. Well, the main thing I picked up from it is that apparently all the presentations were actually quite good. Like Microsoft didn't actually give us a load of bullshit about television nobody gave a stuff about and actually just showed games.
Yes. And they also they didn't mention a Kinect once.
Oh.
Somebody even said that you could actually have a drinking game for recovering alcoholics by taking a swig every time Microsoft mentioned something to do with a Kinect.
I was going to say I didn't pick up on anything from it. Somebody mentioned something like, nobody almost, even if they were sort of hinting at motion controls, they didn't say Kinect. I don't know if that's true or not.
I didn't pick up on anything, but they definitely didn't mention that word.
Bloody hell. So all the early adopters have now stuck with a very expensive Kinect.
Yeah,
you can selling it without.
Yeah, you can shout it and have ex-cast members of Breaking Bad mess around with it.
Oh, Aaron Paul, I need to sleep. Stop turning it on.
Stop calling it a bitch. It's getting upset.
Science, bitch. That's an interesting thing. It's also recently come to light. They're doing something with the development kit. So in the future, if the developers don't use Kinect, you can actually get 10% more oomph out of the GPU.
Yes, they reckon that 10% is what inhibited the console from having 1080p and 60 frames per second on the multi-format games like Gears, Call of Duty, and Ghosts and stuff like that. So
last year it was all, oh no man, the Kinect's got its own chips in it. It doesn't slow down the console at all. Yes, it does 10%.
Yeah, it has to if it wants to talk to each other. I mean, it's not its own separate system.
Blimey.
At one point, they actually wanted to build a Kinect into the front of the machine as well. So you'd have to have your Xbox One balanced on top of the television to done it.
To pay somebody to hold it up.
Can you imagine the return rate of ones that have been dropped on the floor?
Oh, dearie me. Well, that's interesting. So no Kinect games at all?
No, unless they got some sort of feature in them or something. But they have.
And that's going to become less and less if developers can get an extra 10% on the graphics by not sticking it on.
Well, 10% is a huge amount when it comes to memory in games.
Certainly is. Certainly bloody is. So, yeah, I can see the Kinect dying on its creepy digital ass now.
So we'll go through their appearances in chronological order of what happened. So we'll start with Microsoft first.
Hang on, I just want to change my notes using my Kinect. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
It's not working, Larry.
try and do it in an American accent.
Kinect, show me my notes. There we go. That was like a Seinfeld minor character, that one. No, it's not worked out. When will they stop forcing things on us, technology companies? I've never understood this, and it never does any good. Because if it's something that's not going to be adopted anyway, they can't force it. It just pisses everybody off even more. Google Plus?
Yeah, I was going to say Google Plus. Is this Google Plus?
That Metro UI in Windows 8?
Oh, yes. Microsoft again.
Yeah, that's a fucking good point.
Oh, it's our way or the highway, and everybody chose the highway.
Exactly. Oh dear, I don't know why I'm laughing. I've got a fucking Kinect to my Xbox One.
Yeah, I know. Well, it'd be a nice museum piece one day.
Yeah, that's true. I
You
suppose.
know, I wonder if you'll be getting these snobby sort of retrospective people in the future going, "Oh, it's going to be like the 32X or the."
Oh yes. It's as if you're forced to buy a 32X when they first brought out the Mega Drive.
And we're going to have videos, the next generation of gamers doing angry reviewers where they set fire to a hit with a hammer or something because they're edgy.
Yep, Shaq Fu right next to it on the shelf.
Yeah, Shaq Fu too.
I lent my Xbox One to my nephew, and I said, "Oh, do you want the Kinect with it?" And he looked at me as much to say, "Why would anybody want that?" It's just where sums the whole thing up, really.
You disgust me.
Yeah, what is this thing? It's like E.T.'s digital head.
Sponsored by the NSA.
Along with everything else. So,
Yes.
So we start with Microsoft. Yeah.
Microsoft's party. Well, what did they do? Well, they announced a brand new Halo.
Holy shit,
Well,
man!
they didn't.
Is it going to have a gun in it?
Actually, they didn't. It's a stopgap year, so they're doing a not Halo game. The Halo that's not Halo. Halo filler. Which, like 1 year, they a couple of years ago before Halo 4 came out, they brought out Halo Anniversary.
Yes.
And this year...
Master Chief Collection, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all the Halo games that had Master Chief in it. So that means not ODST and not Halo Reach. Which is a shame because Halo Reach is pretty good.
So they're going to remake the first Halo again just shortly after Anniversary?
Well, they're not. No, it's going to be a port to the Xbox One version, but they're doing a Halo 2 Anniversary because it's the 10th anniversary of Halo 2. And that infamous level that they showed at E3 that they couldn't actually implement in the original Xbox.
Is actually going to be in it?
No.
Oh.
No.
You got me all excited there.
That would involve time, Stuart. That would involve resources and money. This is Microsoft we're talking about. They have neither. Or ingenuity. So we're going to be... so you get Halo 2 Anniversary. One thing, they're going to include all 100 maps ever released on Halo for multiplayer.
Holy shit.
So that's going to be quite good. That really puts nail in the coffin for poor old Titanfall then, where they're charging you £7 for 3 new maps now each time. So they got that. They hinted at a new Gears of War right at the end.
Right. Just what is missing from my life.
Well, I like Gears of War, but I think everybody gets less and less excited about each encumbering one. I mean,
I couldn't get on with the first one. So each time they announce something, it's like, oh. Does this come with a big metal cog? I quite like that.
Does it involve hiding?
Yeah. And being very grey.
Hide and Seek and Chainsaws was the original working title of Gears of War. It was.
That would have been more fun.
Yeah. and gravelly voices done by the bloke who played Bender. Well, what else have they announced? Halo 5 Guardians they announced. That's the main...
yes, that's going to be the next big one, isn't it?
Yes.
So that'll be next year, presumably.
That will be, yes. This is the ongoing thing of this year's E3, is most of the games are actually updates of games that they announced last year, and every single trailer ended in coming 2015. I mean, it got shown so many times at E3. I'm surprised I didn't get screen burn from coming 2000.
Perhaps it was screen burnt. So the one game that was coming out this year, nobody knows.
They've announced Forza Horizon 2, which is a slightly less realistic thing. Why didn't they just rename it, what's his name, Project Gotham Racing 5 or something? Because everybody wants that. They killed the series and just remade it under a different name.
That's really weird, because I thought that name had a lot of value. People are always bloody asking for it.
Exactly. Well, it wasn't worth that much that they killed the franchise.
Very strange.
Rather than buy the company. There's a new Crackdown game, Crackdown 3. Which is,
you heard about this, and they're just calling it Crackdown.
Crackdown, yes, because this is the cool thing to do, is name the sequel the same thing as the original, which makes everything chronologically confusing. And then everybody goes and circumvents the year after the name and makes it look really stupid.
Well, you can see where they've done it. They want to reboot the franchise already because the second one was so shit.
Well, the second one was the first one. They couldn't be asked.
Less in it.
Yeah. Basically, it was DLC.
It was awful, wasn't it? Really, it's like Crackdown with half the guts. How do you get to a stage where you release something like that?
This is what the people want nowadays. They want less content and more zombies.
For more money.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Crackdown is the game that convinced me to get a bloody 360 in the first place.
Was it? Well, the first one was fun because I did like sort of cel-shaded look. It did look a bit sort of Jet Set Radio-ish.
Just really good fun to sort of jump off buildings and land on people's heads and that kind of stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And if they done some sort of the missions where you had to hunt people down and stuff like that.
And tell you the worst offender of shit sequelitis in that sense. Another Microsoft exclusive, Fable. Fable 3, which is more like Fable 1.5.
And speaking of which, they have got a new Fable, Fable Legends.
Oh, yes. I've heard of this.
It's 4-player co-op because this is the new thing for gaming. It has to be 4-player co-op online.
Oh, so I see. Because they've finally worked out that Left 4 Dead was popular.
Yes, so everybody's doing it. So one of the fun things is every single character's got that plum English accent now. Yeah. Hello, I'm going to kill the orc over there.
Oh, the orc! You're going to kill the orc.
No, it's not that. You have to sort of stop in between every single word. And
oh God!
Hello.
Oh no!
Yeah, you have to do the Gumby from Monty Python voice. Hello, I've been fighting orcs. So yeah,
I would like to hear 2 bricks being bashed together. Oh my God!
So nobody gives a shit about Fable. I mean, do you remember when they announced Fable: The Journey?
Oh my God! I've forgotten that was the Kinect one.
Yeah, and everybody went quiet in the audience. Everybody just went dead. And this is the same thing with Fable Legend. Not a single person cheered that day.
Oh my goodness! I wish when that happened, somebody would just fart. So it all goes silent suddenly. Sum it up, really.
Sony suddenly unleashed a virtual tumbleweed into the arena.
If I was there, I would sneak in a decent speaker and get it to play the sad trombone noise. That'd be brilliant. Nobody says anything suddenly. The fun I would have as I got completely thrown out really quickly.
And speaking of things that people have moaned at us about, is they've announced a 2nd season of Killer Instinct.
Why? What did we do wrong? Why are they inflicting this on us?
Well, they bitched us last time that we don't know how to play it because we complained that Killer Instinct is just mashing buttons to get combos.
As it used to be. Now it's an obvious rip-off of Super Street Fighter 4.
Yes.
Nowhere near as good.
The first new character they've announced is TJ Combo.
Oh, good.
Yes, which... So, it's great fun naming characters after sort of meal deals from Burger King.
TJ Combo versus Texas Coleslaw. Go!
versus Angry Whopper.
It was a bad... That's the sort of core game mechanic of the series. Combos. It's like having somebody called Mr. Fireball in Street Fighter or something. Oh God, I hope Capcom aren't listening. They'll probably do that.
They've done the old, we're bringing back an old favourite Microsoft franchise that nobody talks about now, so they've got to bring it back into a new HD generation. And that's... Is
it the paperclip from Word?
Hey, I think you were writing a letter.
Want me to fuck it up for you?
Let me just rearrange the address so it looks like you're retarded.
And make sure your post never actually arrives.
Yeah. Yes, they're bringing back Quantum Break. Have you ever heard of Quantum Break? It was an Xbox, original Xbox. You can't say Xbox One anymore. Thank you very much, Microsoft. But it was...
I'm going to have to look up the cover to see if I recognise it.
You wouldn't do, because they never released it over here, for starters.
I definitely haven't in that case.
It sold... Basically, it was one of these games that, they sort of in the early days, they thought, let's get some Japanese developers to make some games for it exclusive so it appeals to the Japanese audience, because they're so concerned about Japan for some reason, even though it's just one country, and it doesn't even make up like a third of the sales that England does in game sales, but they really want the Japanese audience involved for some reason, so... And they also can't make third-person shooters for shit nowadays, Japan. Or first-person, they can't make first-person shooters at all. So... Anyhow, that's enough ranting. I'm sure I'm going to get loads of comments about that.
Larry, I disagree with you slightly, and therefore want your entire family boiled alive.
I had a big rant saying that. Oh, never mind. I won't go into there. Basically,
move on.
it's basically sort of characters with special psychic powers in a post-apocalyptic sort of Fist of the North style world fighting each other with sort of glowy beams and stuff like that.
So still not as good as Psyops.
No, it's a bit like Psyops are jumping all over the place. So.
Fair enough.
So that's coming back. So, rather than bring back a game that people have actually heard of, like Blinks or something.
Oh God, Blink's the Time Sweeper.
Yes.
Cat with a weird vacuum cleaner thing.
Yeah. Yes. That rewind games. The other Microsoft game was Sunset Overdrive. That's going to be an exclusive.
Oh, now that's Have we seen any more footage or anything on that?
They had some footage at the E3, some new footage of them jumping about over a roller coaster, sort of grinding a roller coaster rail and jumping about and then shooting zombies and stuff like that.
I tried to watch the video, but it looked fun and had bright colours. And it's been so long since I've seen a gameplay video with bright colours, I couldn't see for half an hour.
Where's the brown?
Why isn't everything grey and brown?
Fuck you. Bonus points for not being in sepia.
Doesn't look like it's gone through an Instagram filter. I don't know who I am anymore.
Oh, what? They actually did. Sorry, they did have one Connect game there from Ubisoft, but they didn't mention the Connect, like we said. A game called Shape Up, where it watches you sort of do dancing steps and stuff like that. And...
Oh, God. Sounds slightly creepy, actually.
So that is, I believe, is most of the exclusives for a game called Inside, but I don't know what that is. So
Inside, no, I didn't hear of that one at all.
No, well, it's on the list here, but I don't know what it is.
It's Inside. Hang on, was it a side scroller?
Possibly. Is it one of these fucking pretentious bloody indie platformers? And that it's just a
I think
Braid or
Limbo,
yeah.
Braid Bow. That's pretty much every indie platformer at the moment. What about Ori and the Blind Forest? That looks rather pretty.
Oh,
Again, it's one of those sort of indie Ponzi platforms.
But... Yeah, my fart stove's stinking, and they go and try a hissy fit like that Fez bloke.
Oh God, is his name Fish? Blow? No, Blow was Braid.
Blowfish, yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm not making a Fez 2 anymore now, so fuck you.
Screw you all.
All right, bye. I'm sure they'll find some other pretentious platformer to take its place and forget about it instantly. Obviously about some boy trying to find his sister or something stupid. Or
it's always about some male trying to find a female.
Yeah, or the shadow of the where they become best friends with a monster or something like that, or some stupid crap like that.
So I am looking forward to looking forward to Sunset Overdrive. I'm a bit worried it's going to end up, I don't know, being a bit less fun than it looks. A big game base sort of too tight, or don't know. Interested in that one, but sorry, no go.
It might be a bit like Crackdown again. I don't know.
I could live with that.
But I think it's one of these things that you have to keep shooting things and killing things to bring up a combo, that sort of thing. So it might be one of them sort of games.
I could live with that. I shall keep an eye on it. Something I did pick up, the Platinum Games have got an Xbox One exclusive, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah, called Scalebound.
Oh, yes.
I think where you're supposed to fly dragons into battle or something, but I tried looking up the videos for it, and it's all just completely pre-rendered stuff with no hint of gameplay footage at all, so I've got no idea what the game would be like.
Well, I think they're supposed to be hurrying up and finishing Bayonetta 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's ended up with like a really cleverly done retrofit of Bayonetta 1, hasn't it?
It has, yes. In other words, means they ported the Xbox 360 version to Wii U like they do with every other bloody game.
Exactly.
So, yes, that is pretty much the exclusive from Microsoft. We'll go over to Sony now, as well.
Okie doke. Have they announced a PlayStation 4 Little Big Planet yet?
They have, yeah, Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, there we go.
How did you...
I hadn't looked up. I've just been assuming that for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Little Big Planet 3. And you're going to be playing 3 new characters as well.
Oh, my God. Are they all going to look like Sackboy, but in wigs?
No, they're different they're different shapes. They've got a dog Sackboy. They got a bird Sackboy. And they got sort of the fat. They got the sort of the fat grimace retard character, Sackboy.
Big the cat, fat boy.
Yeah, Big the cat. You know, but he looks like Grimace. He looks like that thing out of that Dumb Ways to Die. You know, those sort of characters.
I've got to look this up now. Hang on. Little Big Planet 3.
You're actually looking. He's looking.
I'm looking. Oh, I can't find it. They're all just mostly just mocked up covers, which is a bit weird. Oh, that's a shame. I want to see Scary Grimace Man.
Okay, let me just send you a link.
Oh, please do.
That would help. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know what it's at.
Let's have a look. There he is. Oh, hang on. Is it in the video?
No, it's not, well, there's a picture. There should be a picture there.
Oh, I see.
Yes, at the top.
Yeah. Oh my god, it looks like Sackboy has had some sort of lobotomy. The top of his head is flatter and it's like missing, his tongue's hanging out. Yeah, I see about the Grimace thing. It's sort of a cross between Sackboy and Domokun, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh well, whatever.
And they've got a dog with no ears as well, which I like. One of them can sort of run fast and climb up walls. One of them can fly, and the other one's heavy. So you get loads of fat jokes in there.
Good. That's just what I've been missing from Little Big Planet.
So, it needs more fat.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a Tumblr thing saying there needs more fat people in things. Like Vince McMahon hasn't got any fat wrestlers anymore in the WWE. So
he always used to, didn't he?
Well, they're the best. They keep dying when they're 40, so that's one thing going.
Yeah, that would put you off after a while, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many times you can have a lot of. They can only bring out so many anniversary tribute DVDs each year. You can have dead wrestlers.
God, that's depressing and yet painfully accurate.
So, yes, well, you've got a Little Big Planet 3, as we say. Yeah. Like I said, I mentioned what you can do with the characters and that. And also that you can import every single map from Little Big Planet 1 and 2 onto it as well. That's the other bit.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So it instantly has over 2 million platform levels. Actually, I know somebody who's actually a moderator for the platform submissions on Little Big Planet 1 or 2, and he says about 90% of the ones either involve penises or Nazis. So
I'm just imagining a swastika of dicks, and that is Little Big Planet.
Dick sticker, yeah.
They've actually come up with a term for it.
Well, I just did, didn't I?
God's sake, man. Quickly, off to the Copyright Office.
Yeah, patent it, yes. Dick stickers. Let's have a look. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix. That's PS3. They've got Let It Die, which is...
I haven't heard of that.
Yes, it's Grasshopper manufacturer. It's done by that thingy bloke who makes games everybody thinks is brilliant and they turn out to be shit. Suda51.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I use his cream when I have sunburn, so he's not too bad.
Let It Die.
They haven't got any. There's no game footage. They just hired a couple of actors to walk around and sort of be menacing in sort of gas masks and sort of Mad Max sort of armor type thing.
What sort of game is it going to be?
Doesn't say. It'll be coming to PS4 exclusively in 2015. Little is known about the game other than it be hyper violent. The trailer shows a series of grim combat sequences with different weapons, including spiked bats, hatchets, and flamethrowers, each with corresponding stats. So yeah, that narrows it down, doesn't it? That doesn't sound anything like any other game ever released.
No, that's entirely new on every front, apart from all of them. Oh well, might be good, but might be terrible. I've got no idea since they've released no information whatsoever.
It sounds like they're just throwing shit on the wall and see what sticks, really. And if it doesn't matter, they just quietly sort of bury it.
Yeah,
bit like Huxley
can bring it back as a beloved franchise in a few years.
Yes, like I just brought up Huxley then because they always do that.
What's Huxley? I'm just thinking of Huxley Pig.
No, it's nothing to do with that. That was a massively MMORPG first-person shooter they was going to bring out, and it looked a bit like Gears of War, really. That sort of steampunk, not steampunk, sort of
And it was called Huxley?
Huxley, yes. Don't you remember that?
No. No memory of that at all.
Oh, I was really looking forward to it, and they just stopped talking about it one day.
Oh.
So, yes, let's have a look. They've got... Capcom have got an exclusive PS4 game called Deep Down coming out.
Oh. Oh, I don't know why I'm making that noise with it's Capcom. They're a bit iffy at the minute, aren't they? Deep Down. Actually, that I've heard of that. Fuck.
Coming with the Hat Productions.
Deep Down. What is Deep?
Deep Down.
Is that the free-to-play one?
It is. It's a free-to-play RPG game coming from Capcom. Deep Down is a working title of the game, so it could change before the game is released. Deep Down takes place in New York in the year 2094. Ravens are a group of people that possess special abilities to read the memories of an object and hear voices of the past.
That's interesting, because from what I saw of it, it just looked like a total rip-off of Dark Souls.
I think it's like... There's dragons in it. So it does look like Dark Souls. I think it's some sort of post-apocalyptic Dark Souls. I think this is a running theme of this year's E3. Everything's post-apocalyptic New York. Because we're going to be talking about that new Ubisoft game in a minute. The fact.
Oh God, it begins with D. District. Oh fuck me, I can't remember. That's weird. Very weird that it's set in the future. From what I've seen of it, it did look exactly like Dark Souls. Very odd. Oh well. Free to play. That's often a worry, because it means if you get into it, it costs 40 times more than it would to just buy a game. Well, keep an eye on it. One never knows. They've sort of tried their hand at Dark Souls type stuff before with Dragon's Dogma, didn't they?
They did, yes. That sort of. I always thought it was going to be the sequel. Like a sequel they're doing. They did announce some sort of dragon thing, didn't they, with the Xbox One? That sort of went missing.
Yeah.
Or was it that game that turned out to be sort of a rip-off of Panzer Dragoon?
Oh yes. Yeah, I think you're right there.
I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. What else have we got? We got the Order 1886, a game that was announced last year and won't be out till next year. Which
I didn't realise that was a Sony exclusive.
It is, yes. I think it's Left 4 Dead with werewolves set in the Victorian times. It appears. I may be wrong, but yes.
Are they bringing over Persona 5 yet?
Yes, they are, but it's going to be on the PlayStation 3 only.
Oh, so, yeah, so I suppose it would be really, because it's cheaper, isn't it?
They're announcing a remastered edition of Ratchet and Clank, the first one.
Oh my goodness.
For PS4, which is probably because they also announced a Ratchet and Clank movie, and they dedicated about 10 minutes to that. This is a problem with this Sony press event, is they did talk about movies and video stuff and that too much, rather than...
Holy shit! So they're making Microsoft's mistake from last year.
Yes, they had a bloke who looked like Kingpin come on stage and announced they're doing a TV series of Powers about a guy, a police team that investigates murders of superheroes and villains. And it's supposed to be like the most popular comic that they've done in years, or something that DC have done.
Oh.
Which isn't that hard, because all they do is make fucking Batman or Superman comics nowadays.
Hey, they did a Wonder Woman one once.
Oh, they did. Yeah, that's single. We don't want a strong-willed woman in the video comic. Let's get rid of her. Cancel it.
Make sure she's tied up all the time.
So, the big announcement at the end is they announce Uncharted 4.
Oh my goodness. What is it now? Death of a Thief or something?
A Thief's End.
That's it.
So we're going to have a burglar's bum. That's the alternate title, a burglar's bum.
That's such a beautiful image.
But poor old Naughty Dog. I think they sort of put themselves in a barrel. Oh, it's The Division, by the way.
The Division, that was
yes.
It was something DI, yeah.
So I think they shot themselves in the foot with Sony, because they made two really good series. They've made Uncharted, and they've also got The Last of Us. So they either want them to make a new Last of Us or a new Uncharted. But I think they said, well, we're re-releasing the Last of Us on PS4, so you're going to have to make a new Uncharted in the meantime.
Oh well, off you go. Have fun.
Yes.
What did surprise me is that the Grim Fandango remake is going to be PS4 only, isn't it?
That is weird.
Yeah, I expected it to be PC only, Very strange. Were you a fan of Grim Fandango?
I've never played it.
I did. I bought it. I couldn't get on with it, mainly because the controls were so bloody awful. But also the puzzles were a little bit sort of off to me. I can never work half the buggers out.
Is this like a Sam and Max confused?
Yeah, exactly. But with a really bad control system.
Well, at least he'll get to moan that it's because it was only console exclusive and nobody buys it.
Yeah.
So,
as long as we've got that down pat.
Speaking of point-and-click games, Telltale announced the Game of Thrones series as well.
Yes. Yeah, I heard of that a while ago. But was there actually any footage or anything?
Not to my... I don't know.
I haven't seen anything. I did have a quick look, but...
No. There is footage of it.
That's the end of that, then.
So, yes, that's the end of that conversation.
Will. The bio... Oh, no, we'll stick to Sony for a second, actually. I'll keep that thought back for later.
And Sega's announced a Hatsune Miku game for the PlayStation 3 and Vita.
Oh, blimey.
So, yes. So that'll be happy. There's a couple of Japanese imported games. Oh, and they announced Entwine, which is now available. They always announce a game at E3 that's now available right now. You can go and download and play. And it's about a dolphin that falls in love with about a bird that falls in love with a fish and how their love can never be consumed, or whatever it's called. Love can never be because one of them's
consummated. Yeah,
one of them's a fish.
Oh, yes, I did see this. It looked a bit like Tempest, oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. Res.
Oh, Res. I'm thinking about that other thing.
Child of Eden. That was similar as well, wasn't it? Basically, you're going down a tunnel.
Yes. Yeah. I think that other, that sort of Valkyrie, the bloke with wings, and it's a Konami game.
Oh, bloody hell!
And it plays.
Not Gun Valkyrie. No,
it's 80s stuff.
Space Harrier. No. Oh Sega. God, the one with the. I can see it. Oh dear.
It looks a bit like Tempest, and you fight.
Yeah, just stick with Tempest.
Yes, Konami Tempest. Yes,
that's it.
Criterion have announced a racing game. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic now. Yeah, but it's not going to be a Burnout game. I know they've been wanting to make a. They did say they were trying to push EA to make a new Road Rash game. I don't know where from them there.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, God forbid EA bring back a franchise like the first. And turn it into first. Yeah, maybe that's why they ain't touch it, because they can't turn Road Rash into a first-person shooter
yet.
Yeah. Well, they done that. They ruined Syndicate with that, and they've sort of ended up killing. Well, it already was a first-person shooter, but a Medal of Honor.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, hammered that one in the floor, didn't they? Bloody hell. One of the games I'm looking forward to most is a Sony exclusive. I think PS4 only. Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Oh, that's from Soft. Oh, yeah, because you're a big Dark Souls fan, aren't you?
Yeah, looks like the spiritual successor's Demon Souls, and they're actually doing it a bit different this time. It looks like it might be quite amazing. And I've quite like something to look forward to after the sort of disappointment of Dark Souls 2, really.
Was Dark Souls 2 too easy or too hard? Or just...
Neither, really. Just not very interesting is the problem.
Oh, okay.
It felt a bit like somebody got the sort of engine from Dark Souls, tightened everything up so it worked better, but then there's just no imagination or interest in it, and it's odd. You could tell that the main bloke behind it had pissed off, put it that way. It really did not feel like the sort of Dark Souls, but also it's just not really much fun to play. I mean, I played through it once. It's all right. It's not a bad game by any stretch, but it's not a patch on Dark Souls, really isn't. And it turns out the bloke in charge buggered off because he was making Bloodborne. Oh. So, fingers crossed it will be good.
That would be nice. Be something different for one. I think that's pretty much all of the exclusives for Sony, apart from the odd weird Japanese Japanese game. So that's about it.
So on to Nintendo, who apparently knocked it out of the park and had the best presentation.
Yes. They did have some nice games there. They've announced their new... basically, 5 years ago, Activision approached Nintendo with the idea of the Skylanders. And Nintendo said, no, we're not interested. It's such a stupid idea. Nobody will buy it.
Yeah, because they could have had Pokemon Skylanders and made a fortune.
Yes. I think that's the original idea, to make Pokemon Skylanders. But they're doing it for Smash Brothers now. So all those obsessed game people who want to play, they're going to have to go out and buy toys as well.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa, back up there, Nancy. So it's actually going to be a Smash Brothers game that you have to buy toys for?
The first game it's going to be compatible with is Smash Brothers. But I believe that you can transfer data to and from and to the plastic toy. So you may be able to transfer them to other games and that.
Oh, blimey.
So, yeah, so I think that's the thing. But I do believe that you get like special powers if you use the toys and stuff like that. So you're going to... It's bad enough these people insisting on bringing over their special GameCube controllers or something into tournaments now. You have to bring over a collection of toys now. So,
bloody hell. So, oh, blimey. Blimey and blimey again. Yeah, that's... The problem is, when it comes 20 years down the road and people are trying to play these old games, they're never going to be able to really do it, are they?
Well, unless they got a lot of big box full of plastic toys, no.
Yeah. And all these bloody exclusive unlocks for this, that, and the other. If you pre-order it from somewhere else, Batman has a funny hat or something. I don't know, it's fragmenting stuff beyond what needs to be, I think.
Well, you won't get it at all unless it's on that console and they've installed the code.
Oh, good. Yeah. It's just getting better.
And obviously going to be doing rarities as well and stuff like that. And our Scottish friend, It's My Yard, he actually sells Skylanders in his shop, and he offers like a random. He gets sent a random bundle. He can't request what figures he wants.
So just get a case of whatever.
Yeah. So when he gets a rarity one, he sticks on eBay instead of the shop. So, he makes about 4 times the price otherwise because you can't.
Bloody hell! What a strange business.
So yeah, you get unless you're prepared to pay a shit ton of money for these rarities and that, you're not going to have an edge on these things. So that's a little bit of a downside, unless they're going to do something where he says it doesn't matter. But I doubt it. It's Nintendo.
It's a matter of interest. Do you know how well Disney Infinity is selling?
Well, they've got a sequel that's concentrating on things like. I think it's Pixar characters it concentrates on, or maybe... No, it's not. It's Marvel characters, sorry. But I believe it's a Sony exclusive. It may not be...
Oh. Well, that's no bloody good if they want to sell their toys.
No. So, yeah, I've not really bothered with it, because the figures are like 10 quid each, and I'm not paying that for a bloody bit of plastic.
No. Damn straight. So you've got Bayonetta 2 we touched on earlier, didn't we?
Have you ever been offered any Skylanders figures for your blind bag? Well, it's not blind bag, it's your unboxings. Have you ever?
No, nobody's ever mentioned Skylanders 2.
Remember, they're too valuable. I'm not sending them to him. All he does is set fire to them. I'm not saying that. I've paid £10 for this.
And my godson's got several. I could nick him off him, I suppose. But
set fire to him.
He won't mind. It'll be fine. Yeah, no, it's never something that's appealed, to be honest. I can see the appeal for children because you've got your toy there.
You bought a Skylander set, didn't you, recently?
That is true, yes. I have the giant starter pack in my collection here, but I've never took out the box or anything.
Because you left the receipt in the box you sent me recently.
Damn, hope it works. I haven't tested it yet.
Oh,
to be fair, I probably never will.
I thought you were trying to make me jealous.
Yeah. Like what I've got. I spent £10 on whatever the fucking hell this portal thing is. Yeah. The problem is it makes it really hard to collect games like that because I'm not going to buy all the bloody Skylanders.
Well, the Auric Gamer collects them. I don't know if you know that. Not that.
No?
Well, I thought you were such an avid subscriber of him. You know that already. So.
He's still alive?
He is, yes.
Was he ever alive? No.
I don't know. I think he's being sort of it's a cattle prod that sort of somebody shoves him up his jacksie every now and then. But he collects Skylanders and that, and he's got an entire wall full of them now. I mean, that's how many you need. And they're also bringing out, next year they bring out a new variation of them and stuff like that. I mean, the old ones still work with the new ones, but it's like the variations with the new powers and stuff like that. You need to rebuy the same figures and stuff like that. And
oh, bloody hell! I have seen, saying that in the sort of the window of CEX and that, I've seen, what looks like the same character in slightly different poses and that kind of stuff. And they've got like a Halloween version of one of the characters I noticed that looks exactly the same.
Oh yes, they did. And they also do an Easter variation as well.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, the next Skylanders game is Skylanders Trap Force, where the new thing is that you can trap bosses in the game into these sort of crystal key shaped things, and sort of lock them into your thing. And it's got a little prison in the thing, and it talks when you press a button. And they do sarcastic voices in Billy West's voice because he's the only voice actor everybody ever fucking hires anymore.
What happens to Nolan North?
What he does, they don't want him. He's sort of a slightly older, sarcastic character. He's too busy doing bloody shit English impressions with the penguin.
Oh yes.
I thought he was Australian the first time I played Batman because it was so weird, his voice.
Bless him.
I thought, why is the penguin Australian?
If only there were any real English people, they could have got one of them to do.
Yeah, God forbid. We're such a rare breed, we are. So there's hardly any one of us.
Oh, dear. I'm genuinely surprised the old 08 game's still going. I don't mean that cruelly. I just genuinely didn't know, you know.
As soon as you beat him on subscribers, it didn't mean anything to you anymore. I know you're
below me.
Yeah, they're beneath me. It's him and Classic Game Room. I don't give a shit about them anymore.
I never really watched his stuff, to be fair, but
nobody does now.
I just remember because he was pushed very hard by Google, very hard back in the early days.
Well, you told me that thing about YouTube wanted to make him the big gaming character on YouTube because they wanted a less sweary version of the AVGN, and they saw how popular he was becoming.
That was the basic idea. I thought you told me that, but obviously
somebody told me that. I could have sworn it was you.
Might have been me. Somebody told me. I thought it was you.
Oh, okay. So we've been telling each other the same rumour back and forth all these years.
So it's totally groundless. It's just like Chinese whispers.
Yeah. Boomerang Chinese whispers.
I'm going to have to look at his channel and see how many subs he has now. Hang on. 145,000, blimey. That would have been a lot back in the day, but...
He's never really moved up from that as well.
No, he's getting low... quite low views for everything as well. Sort of, some of them going back months are only getting like 2,000.
He was once the 52nd most subscribed person on YouTube.
That's a lucky number.
Yes, and he keeps telling everybody about it as well. And yeah, this is E3, not the R Gamer podcast.
Sorry, I like a bit of nostalgia. Right.
Don't get me started on Dark Side Phil because we'll be there all day for him as well.
Right, what were we doing?
Everybody's going to say that. Everybody's going to say that now. When we get Ashens to talk about Dark Side Phil, what do you think about Dark Side Phil, Ashens? We'll talk about that another day. This is about E3, so shut up. And yeah, we all talk about... Sorry?
I don't know who Dark Side Phil is.
Oh, it's probably for the best. So,
okay.
As much as I want to talk about him to you, we won't because...
you can do that later in private.
Yes.
With diagrams.
I will do. And I
Meanwhile,
record it, so I can make too money of it. Look, somebody else famous slagging him off. So somebody's got a Tumblr about all famous people slagging him off.
Oh.
You know, there's a Tumblr just dedicated to famous people, and he's like...
I have no idea who these people... I'm very confused now.
It's all right. Just live in your own little pocket, Stuart, because it's for the best, mate. Because it is a very dark world out there on YouTube that you don't want to tread foot in. It's bad enough with the fanboy comments.
Everybody's always fighting.
Yeah.
No need for it. Just make videos and stop being weird. Yeah,
just imagine an entire planet of everybody sort of talking about Jesus beating you to death with a stick. Like that old comment you received.
That's a good one since then. Anyway, I want to talk about Devil's Third.
Oh, okay. We were going to talk about Nintendo, but you talk about Devil's Third.
Devil's Third is a Nintendo game. Upcoming Wii U exclusive.
Oh, yes.
But it looks just kind of like Gears of War with slightly brighter colours from what I saw of it.
Oh, yes. It's by Ninja Gaiden creator Tononobu Itagaki.
Oh.
It's originally in development for multi-platforms. It's now confirmed to be a Wii U exclusive, so it'll go straight into the bargain bins because nobody bought it, just like Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah.
Did you buy
Ninja
Ninja Gaiden 3?
No. Was it on 360?
Yes.
I've probably got a copy then, but I've never played it.
Yeah, I think I got sent it for a review and I've never done it.
Ooh.
I shouldn't say that. Shit. I shouldn't say that. I don't review. No, I'm not going. No, sorry, I'm not going to instigate myself, incriminate myself any further.
That's it. You're already on all the snipers hit lists.
So yeah, there's some video footage of it, and somebody's IGN has already uploaded a walkthrough for it, which is nonsensical. Why does somebody want a walkthrough of a video playthrough thing? Oh, never mind. Anyhow, you look like a bit like Riddick, isn't it, with tattoos all over his face and shit.
Oh.
Body. Yeah, it does look very sort of Gears of War, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So there's a little bit of sort of first person from the looks of this, sort of an iron sights screen I can see here. But yeah, it's looking along those lines.
We shall keep an eye on that with anticipated eyebalness.
That's exactly correct. 3DS Harvest Moon game.
Yeah.
Didn't mention that. When was the last time they released a Harvest Moon game?
I can't remember. I've got one on PS1, but it's obviously been one since then.
Yeah. It's one of those games that I always thought would work better on a handheld, so it kind of makes sense to bring out on 3DS.
Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley.
Oh, but they've obviously found it.
Yes.
Ugh. Lies before we've even got the game.
Maybe we should just sue them for misleading advertising, because it's obviously been found, because you spend the entire game looking for this valley. I mean, it's not that hard to find a bloody valley, and it's just between two mountains.
Yeah.
So between two crevices.
That's true. All you've got to do is get up to a high point and look down.
Yeah.
These people. He's too busy working out on the farm.
And it's not going to be developed by the same studio responsible for the previous games.
Oh, shite. Oh, well. I was not sort of massive fan myself, but it'd be nice to have a good version of it. Well, maybe they'll do a good job.
You never know.
I'll bet they don't.
Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley is truly evolving the franchise, says hero Meikawa, president and CEO of Natsume.
Red flag.
Which means we're doing our own thing and fucking it up, really.
Yeah. Now it's going to be a first-person shooter. Where you have a robot gun with post-traumatic stress disorder that has the voice of Peter Dinklage.
Has he done any video games yet?
Yeah, Destiny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you not heard his voice acting in Destiny?
I haven't. No, I just assume that
everybody's Billy West.
Yeah, it's just Billy West doing a voice, really.
Yeah, there are various videos been made from the beta. Have a quick listen to one of those.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting.
I shall listen later on, but it's him. There you go. I've just done it. So there you go.
Yeah, I think they were kind of going for something that hasn't quite worked. It's the only way I can describe it, but see what you think for yourself.
Well, he's famous and he's got an English accent. That all that matters.
Yeah, well, like this. He's using his real one, I think.
What is his real voice? Because he thinks to sort of jump between English and American nowadays. It's all over the place.
He's American, yeah.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Is he? I thought he was English.
No, big time American.
Oh, okay.
He was like born in America and everything.
Well, that does dignify if you're American or not.
Yeah, that's the usual.
I always thought he was English.
No, not at all. I've seen him in a film before. It was very, very good.
Snow White.
No. I can't remember the station something. It was really bloody good. I can't remember what it was called. Something with station in the title. That's going to annoy me now. Never mind.
But everybody just says it's the elf or something because he was in that movie.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
Right.
The new Kirby game looks pretty.
Does it?
Kirby and something to do with rainbows that I can't remember off the top of my head. But if I talk long enough, I can look it up. And here it is: Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Rainbow Curse, Revenge of Zippy.
George helping you out.
I'm gonna get you, Kirby.
Jeffrey, end of game boss.
Yeah.
Rod, Jane, and Freddy have to be defeated first.
One of them's dead now, isn't he?
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Oh.
Rod, Jane, and dead. Freddy can never die.
Rod, Jane, and
or
dead.
Truly live.
They are immortal with their sort of non-offensive folk songs.
But they seem to have a shitload of Wii U first-party titles, didn't they?
Red, Jane, and Freddy.
Yeah, loads of them. There's Rod's Adventure, Jane's Adventure, Freddy's Adventure.
Yes. And then the crossovers, Rod and Jane.
Yes.
Jane and Freddy.
And their version of Skylanders where you could only buy 3 different toys. Weirdly, they were all Fred.
And they got the weird variation where Rod has got no beard.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, God.
People,
no chin either.
I think people outside the UK or under the age
we've
of
totally
30
lost.
Have completely.
We've
Yeah.
totally lost 85% of the audience there.
Come back. We're not talking about them anymore. But Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
That's it.
That's a platform game, obviously.
Yeah.
The Wii U version showcased
colourful.
similar mechanics as the handheld original. You control your little Kirby ball by drawing lines on the gamepad using the stylus. Puzzles are solved in a number of ways, such as tapping on blocks to destroy them or drawing a roof to stop the flow from a waterfall. Sounds like that pack and roll game from years ago.
Oh, my God. That bloody was. I haven't thought about that for a while. Crikey. And now I'll never think of it again.
Yes, then I shall delete it from my R4.
So what else did they have? New Legend of Zelda, isn't it?
Yes, which is the Nintendo crew have discovered Skyrim.
Oh.
Because that's what it seems to be. They've just incorporated Zelda into Skyrim world.
It looked very cel-shaded.
Well, he would do, because that's what he insists. I think he got so upset that nobody liked Wind Waker. They said, I'm going to put it in every single game now, just to fuck with you. But it was in there. It was in Skyward Sword as well, which Skyward Sword is the most boring Zelda game I've ever played. If it wasn't for those desert levels, which are absolutely fantastic, because they got this this ball that you carry, and in the sort of the glow, it turns everything back in time.
Cool.
So you got this this sort of rotten waste world, and when you sort of walk near the light, it turns into this. It goes back to what it used to be when it was like full working order and that, like robots and stuff like that. You have to shine the light on robots and keep it shining. But it's really good mechanic, and I'm surprised they've not used it since. But that was the best thing about it. Everything else is just fucking boring. I had to force myself to finish it as well.
Disappointing.
But I'm looking forward to it. People are moaning about how Link looks in the game. He looks a bit younger and sort of he's got pigtails in it for some reason. Pigtails, ponytails. What's the ones at the side?
That's pigtails, I think.
Pigtails, yes. He's got pigtails.
You mean he's now hidey?
Yes. Pretty much so. He's wearing...
Grandfather, come quickly. The goat is sick. All right, Link. It's going to be fantastic. What is Hyrule Warriors? I couldn't work out where that ended and Zelda began.
It's Dynasty Warriors with Zelda characters.
Holy shit, is it really that simple?
Yes.
Hence the Warriors bit. Suddenly everything makes sense.
And they've only announced 2 characters. Well, they've accidentally announced 2 characters. The other main character announced so far is...
Zelda?
No, it's the one from Twilight Princess.
Oh, God.
Play character.
Oh, man, that's going to drive me up the wall.
Midna.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Who's by far... Well, she's by far the best Zelda sidekick character out of all the games, really. Because she had her own agenda, and she wasn't just one of these annoying characters just tell you to listen, because it's just some sort of side-walking tutorial thing.
Yes, you can't get rid of.
Yeah, like Fee or Fire, whatever her name is, and bloody Skyward Sword made it even more fucking boring.
You don't like that game. I've picked up.
It's not I don't like it. It's just so boring. It could have been brilliant, but...
I've got 3 Mario titles I've noted down.
Have you?
Some sort of Mario version with a level editor.
Mario Maker, that would be.
That's it.
This is Nintendo's adaptation of Little Big Planet, really.
Yeah, but it was cleverly done, but it seems sort of far more restrictive because you've only got a handful of sort of Mario blocks to make things out of. It could be nice.
But you can play it in both sort of the NES style and the new Super Mario Brothers style, which I saw.
Be interesting to see what sort of price point that comes out as. It seems quite a slight thing, you know. I wonder if it'll be a bit cheaper, but then again...
What, do you think it's going to be digital only, you mean?
There's a possibility, I reckon, but I don't know. Nintendo don't do anything cheap as a general rule, do they? So
No, but if it's digital only, it's going to be at least 15 quid.
I've also written down New Mario Party, but I've got no idea what number they're up to now.
10.
Jesus, wept on a tricycle. Really?
Yes, Mario Party 10 is the name.
Whoa, I meant to look up what number we were on, but 10? That's frightening. They only started them on GameCube, didn't they?
No, Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64,
was it? Yes, yeah, I remember that, actually, yeah. But bloody hell. That Mario, he likes to party.
He does. Bloody hell.
Just like Donatello from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he gets just he's hooped up on sort of cocaine and that. That's why he goes on jump. That's why he's so obsessed with jumping on mushrooms and that. You know, it's all drug paraphernalia, isn't it, for him?
It's not like he goes down pipes. Hang on.
Eating mushrooms to make himself large, and he feels invincible.
Yep. Then he gets a feather in his hat and shoots fireballs. Or something. Not seeing how that one fits in, but I'll work it out later. And Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Mario versus Donkey Kong Wii U.
Yeah, I haven't got any detail. I haven't seen anything on that. Have they actually released anything?
No, absolutely nothing about that. So maybe it's a sort of we'll announce it, but it's a no-show, a bit like the new Star Fox game, which they haven't announced. Star Fox Wii U.
Wii U. Oh, we need a Star Fox. I would like a new Star Fox, actually. I can live with that. Live with that very well. Couple of new Pokemon games, apparently.
Yes.
My notes for this literally just say more Pokemon, question mark.
Two 3DS games, Pokemon Omega Ruby and 2 Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Blimey. How long before they have to have 3 words after Pokemon?
Yeah.
Pokemon Hat Stand Tea Kettle Barbecue.
Yeah.
Pokemon Brick, Potato, Another Brick.
Aardvark.
That makes too much sense. I saw they're bringing over Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but only for the 3DS.
Is it out on Wii U in Japan then?
I haven't got any bloody clue because I'm so far behind. I'm only just about to start 3 Ultimate. But
I know. We've both got it. We keep saying we're going to do a video together sometime. And then
yeah, we should bloody do, actually.
This life gets in the way, you know.
The problem is it'll take 40 years to update my Wii U because I haven't turned it on for a bit.
Oh, no. Well, if you it's got the latest update is it actually updates itself now, so you don't have to keep turning it on and off and stuff.
Oh, that's handy.
So you don't have to worry about that.
It's 3DS only. That kind of. I never thought that worked that well in the handheld, but whatever.
They've announced a game called Splatoon.
That sounds nice.
Basically, it's a third-person shooter, but rather than shoot other people, you have to paint the whole level.
Yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. It's like a weird sort of modern version of Volfeed or something. Or if I can remember the name of the original game that came from, which is going to annoy me. Kicks.
Kicks or Quicks.
Yeah.
Quicks
would make more sense, yeah, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, it looks quite pretty, that.
It's a bit like that, yes. So be quite interesting to see what that's like. But Nintendo doing their non-violent, not for kiddies, third-person shooters now. They've not got any sort of adult games, though, have they, themselves? I mean, Metroid is probably the most adult game they've got, and they've really put their foot in that with this series, really, by not making any.
It's a fairly extreme omission, really.
But they could make a great survival horror game out of Metroid, really, couldn't they?
Oh, God, yeah.
But, I mean, well, they did try and sort of almost have their what's it called? That game on the GameCube that everybody says is brilliant.
Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness, yes. That was their closest thing to an adult game, really. And they sort of hide behind third parties to sort of like, we're still family friendly, but we got these adult games out just in case. And yeah, never mind. Well, I'm moaning about pointless things.
That's never stopped us before, Larry. Don't let it stop you now.
No. So we've got the
Super Smash Brothers again.
Yes, we've got the Smash Brothers again,
as we previously mentioned.
Sonic Boom.
Oh, that is the thing off the new Sonic TV show or something, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to be. Yes, it's actually done. The game's being made by the same guy who made Jak and Daxter, which not me.
Oh,
so it could be quite good.
Yeah, bloody hell, that's a fairly good pedigree for that kind of thing, isn't it?
I think a lot of people didn't like the new character, the new designs. Like Sonic's got a neckerchief now. That's horrible. And
oh my God, that's because he's been bitten by a vampire and doesn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, and Knuckles is massive. And, I mean, it does make sense that the characters would be different shapes because they're all the bloody same, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, well, it's technical limitations at the time, really, wasn't it? Oh, going back to bloody first-party stuff, there's another Yoshi game, isn't there?
Oh, yes.
Everything's made of wool.
Oh, shoot.
I think it's actually called Woolly World, not to be confused with Yoshi's Willy World.
Oh,
which
okay.
is Nintendo nasty.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is it a Yoshi inhabits a world completely populated by stores of Woolworths or something?
Oh god, the pig and mix is out of date.
Oh my god, look at the Ladybird range. It's overwhelming.
Ah, the joys.
Yes. So yes, I think that's mostly it for the exclusives. I mean, they got stuff like another third parties exclusive, like Story of Seasons, which they don't say what it's about.
Oh, that was something I saw the name and thought, "Oh, look into that," and there didn't seem to be any info. Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors.
Shin Megami Tensei versus or Cross. I think they're doing again, aren't they? Fire Emblem. Another first-party game.
Your favourite game ever is coming out to the 3DS. A-Train. City.
Oh, now we're talking.
What was your story about the 360 version? You bought it for some reason.
Yeah, I think I saw it. It was going quite expensive, and I just found a shop that had like loads of totally sealed copies of it for like $5. I've still got it on the shelf. I'm never going to open it because I might accidentally play it.
I accidentally glanced at the spine the other day. Yeah. It's like,
my eyes!
Shuddering. Yeah.
Have you got a copy? You must have a copy.
No, I've
no.
I torrented it during the days that you could download games, and the bloody it's one of them double layered DVD-Rs as well that cost an absolute fortune as well. So I probably paid more for that bloody blank disc than you did for your.
It's not a game they have to worry about piracy for, I think. Or
they're probably thanking you for it.
Yes.
It's like somebody's playing it. Thank you.
I'm not. Oh shit.
So yeah, I think another game called Alpha Dire Genesis, or as it's going to be called over here, Alpha Dire Mega Drive. That sounds even better, really.
That's actually.
It's a Natsume game.
This is interesting. I tell you what, we're talking about how many first-party titles are out for the Wii U and that. It's not really much coming out for the aren't first-party titles, though. Nintendo are having to basically do the whole thing themselves, aren't they?
They are.
But, I mean, they've brought back all their major franchises now for it, haven't they? So, and they've got Sonic as an exclusive.
Yeah, they've done the next 3 games. Well, next 1 game, I believe. I don't know. Is it till 2015 or next 2 games or something is going to be exclusive? Because they've already done 1. They've done that Sonic Lost World, which is just a Mario. Wow, what's it game? Mario Galaxy.
Did
you ever see that Easter egg on Mario Galaxy that if you read the stars, it says, "You are Mr. Gay"? Yeah, if you look at
what
on Mario Galaxy, if you read every single letter in the title, where is a sun flare, on it, it says, "You are Mr. Gay." And
what?
This is famous. This is really famous. This is what you get for not inhabiting YouTube more, Stuart. So, but yeah,
I could probably live without this knowledge, but now I'm intrigued. Go on.
Yeah. Well, basically, something nobody picked up is on Mario Galaxy 2. If you read it backwards, it says, "I am. Are you?" So.
Wow.
So yes. But yeah, it's a famous thing on the internet that it spells out "You are Mr. Gay." So I don't think Nintendo.
Is this supposed to be a childish insult, or is it?
I don't know. I mean, how about Mrs. Gay then?
Blimey.
But yes,
one that really took my eye actually. Project Steam. I think it came. They mentioned it a little bit after E3. It's like a turn-based strategy thing, the sort of steampunk vibe for the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Well, I'm going to go through the Wii U multi-format games that have been announced. One called Chariot from Freema Studio.
Okay.
It's another one of them bloody side platform games. It seems to be, it's just a side platform download game, so that's not too exciting. Wii U, what else are Wii U? Trying to find something that is multi-format. That's Wii U. Falling Skies, the game.
Falling Skies. That's familiar. What's the deal with that?
Is it a TV show, Falling Skies?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea.
Oh.
Skies. It sounds familiar.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 for Wii U.
Oh. And these that's not going to be exclusive. These are just multi-format.
These are multi-format Wii U games, but
gotcha.
Third parties. Just Dance 2015.
All good.
Yeah.
Needs more of that.
Getting that for £1.
Always. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Ubisoft. We know we do love you, but
it's the problem with any game with a year on the end. You are basically dooming it to be worth like £2 as soon as the new
places like Game and that, they won't even accept yearly games aside from Call of Duty and WWE.
Bloody hell! But yeah, think how many FIFA they'd get. Well, blimey!
Have you ever been to Asda's lately? Have you ever seen the game sections in Asda's?
No, my Asda's miles off.
Oh, okay. Asda's is the UK subsidiary of Walmart, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, basically they got an entire shelf just full of old FIFAs, like 50p each.
Oh my god!
Because nobody buys them. I'm trying to look out what else multi-format Wii U games are there. Actually, that's it.
Oh, blimey, there's actually even slimmer pickings than I thought.
That is really thin ground.
Bloody hell, yeah. Looking at what I've noted, yeah, I haven't got a single one written here. Blimey. Yes, well, Nintendo are certainly keeping it going. From there, they're making a bloody valiant effort with lots of games people want, which is a good start. But,
EA said they're not doing any Wii U games anymore because they've got these multi-format, like their NHL 15 I'm looking at here. It's coming out on everything except Nintendo products.
Whoa. Oh, and I meant to ask, did they ever announce Grand Theft Auto 5 for the
They did,
next
yes.
gen? Ah.
They did. It's coming out this autumn.
Somebody told me that, but it's a person I don't trust, so I thought I'd check before I said it. Interesting.
That's no way to speak about Dan.
If it was Dan, we'd know it was 100% truth. Actually, it is somebody called Dan, just a different Dan.
Oh,
I know so many Dans, it's unbelievable.
Oh, is this where we get that clip from Alan Partridge going,
Dan, Dan, Dan! I could do that, but every Dan would be a different person.
Yeah.
So we're into the old multi-formats now.
Multi-formats. Shall we go through Ubisoft first?
Yeah, go for it.
I would like to talk about it, because I think Ubisoft done the best out of all the multi-format, the third parties, because I was quite impressed by what they've done.
Good.
First of all, let's talk about
Sex, baby.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh.
Yes.
I haven't seen anything on this. Tell me it all.
Basically, it's set in the French Revolution.
Zut alors.
And you can have, and it's going to be a bit like Watch Dogs, where other people can come into your game and help you out on missions and stuff like that, and there'll be other sort of assassins going around doing missions like you.
Nice.
And yeah, there's a bit of controversy at the moment. Worldies.
Oh yes.
Have you seen about this? Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately, it doesn't really make sense, because what you playing, because they're moaning, oh, you can't play as a woman in the game. Well, it doesn't make sense, because you're playing as variations of the main character. It's like multiplayer. You're just playing the main character in a different colour. It wouldn't work in the story that you suddenly turn into a woman. But they rather ignore that, and
Do you know, I'd completely forgotten Assassin's Creed had that overarching thing about being in the future and all that.
But it's not set in the present now.
Is it?
Yes.
What is that?
It's not. It's never been the future. It's an alternative present.
I didn't realise that. Just because it all looked very science fiction-y. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, well. All I do is hammer the button to get past the pissing cutscenes anyway. So
they have announced a new Xbox 360 and PS3 Assassin's Creed game called Assassin's Creed Comet.
Oh.
So, yeah, maybe I'd be happy about that, because you play a girl called Hayley in it or something.
Dun, dun. Thank you. Remember to tip your waiter.
It's new details indicate that Comet is an Atlantic maritime adventure set during the mid-18th century. The game reportedly focuses on a mariner named Shay, who possibly becomes embroiled in the Anglo-Frankish conflicts of the 7 Years' War.
Oh.
Some sources indicate a connection to continental New York and a playable Templar as the main character. Speculation is that Comet is a title that may refer to Halley's Comet. Oh, there you go, just made a joke about it. Which visited Earth in 1758.
Blimey.
And Mark Twain announced his death when it come back again.
Yes. Where do you think the Assassin's Creed is going to go? Do you think we'll ever have like a modern day set one? Or one in the 60s or something?
They have announced that they're never going to do one set in feudal Japan and never set in Egypt because they're both too cliched for video game settings.
Element of truth to that, yeah. I understand.
Well, I don't know about Egypt. Is there too many? Was it Oh Mummy? Is it Mummy?
So, Oh Mummy on the Spectrum, that's it. Nobody else can ever do. Actually, say Spectrum, it was an Amstrad game they ported over, wasn't it?
Yes.
Prince of Persia, I suppose, is close, isn't it?
That's not Egypt. That's Persia.
Yeah, but it's close, and people don't tell the bloody difference.
It's all bloody Arab countries, all the same, you ask me.
But no, you know, I mean, I think when they said it's too cliched a background, I think they meant Egypt specifically. They just meant in the desert, didn't they, basically?
Arabia.
Yeah.
I suppose so. I mean, I think Japan would be brilliant, though. I mean, you think of a sort of a ninja assassin type thing, but
you mean like Tenchu?
Tenchu, yes, a game that Activision desperately need to bring back. They could do that. I'm surprised they haven't done that already, because Activision loves sort of jumping on the bandwagon of popular things.
Yeah.
I did hear they're not going to go any further than World War One. That's what I've heard.
World War One could work nicely, though.
Yes.
Not as a war, but as a setting.
As a war, yeah. No, it was a bloody horrible war, Stuart.
Yeah, I've heard it wasn't much fun.
No.
That's interesting. So yeah, wonder where they go with that. But,
The Division, I really like the look of.
Oh yeah, that was one at Gamescom last year. It looked fantastic, but there wasn't anything to play, which was disappointing because it looked so good.
Yes.
So how is that shaping up?
It looks quite good. I think that again, it's gone a bit cliched with. It sounds a bit like The Last of Us, that it's in New York and that you're fighting. You know, there's half the world's population being wiped out by this virus, and it makes people mental and stuff like that and stuff like that. But you're playing 4-player co-op and these things, and it seems to be quite slower paced. So you need to sort of do tactics and stuff like that and set up ambushes and that. But what you're doing is you're playing in a world full of other online players where you'll cross over paths during missions and sort of come into sort of a choke point. What's it called when you cross over? Is it sort of cross point? You know, in demolition derbies and that, when they have the bit in the middle.
Oh, yes, I'm with you. Oh, blimey. Not chicane, the other thing.
Chicane's a narrowing. So.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, well, it's one of them anyhow.
Yeah, that's going to really annoy me. Yeah, I saw some gameplay footage. It looked a bit sort of cover shootery.
It reminded me a little bit of that game that IO Interactive released a couple of years ago, where you're fighting the Russians invade New York.
Oh, God.
I keep thinking Turning Point, but it's not Turning Point.
Victory's Point? Is that the one? No, Turning Point, Fall of Liberty. The problem is they released a load of games around that time that were very similar, didn't they? Road to Victory, something like that?
I should have a look what it is. It's going to be really a bit annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there were so many came out. They all came out on the 360 about the same time, and they were all in bargain bins within like 3 months.
No, it wasn't 360. It's the original Xbox.
Oh, was it? Oh no, I don't know what the bloody hell it is then.
Freedom Fighters.
Oh, I have heard of that. There was a PC version of that.
Yes, I had it.
I played it briefly. Yeah.
I think I had it on GameCube of all things.
Blimey.
So yeah, no, that was. It reminded me of that anyhow. So I've completely wasted 5 minutes of pondering on a game that it does need a sequel, by the way. But there you go. So that's
wasn't there one?
There wasn't, no, because they were forced to endlessly make sequels to Hitman and Kane and Lynch.
Yes.
Then on.
Fan favourites, Kane and Lynch.
Another game I'm really looking forward to actually is Far Cry 4.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get on with 2. I didn't like all that bloody malaria injections and stupid shit like that. And
yeah, I kind of felt like it slowed it down a bit.
Yeah, but Far Cry 3 I loved it. Loved it. So yeah, hopefully, and Far Cry 4 seems to be more of that. So
weirdly, it seems to have one of the Saints Row characters on the cover.
Oh, Johnny Gat. Is it?
Yeah, looks really similar to. He's got the sort of same suit, isn't he?
Nice. Well, that's what you do in modern games. You have to sit down and sort of look really sort of smug. It's the old Clockwork Orange intros. Ips pose, really, isn't it?
Yes. Steepled fingers, the works.
Yes. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. The other things they got announced is just some bloody dance games and stuff like that. Just Dance 2015, and like everybody in the world can now dance if they got their mobile phone with them, so you can look like a complete bellend in the middle of the street dancing.
Tremendous. That's what I've been waiting for.
It is, so you can embarrass yourself.
Quickly, let's get it out of the way. FIFA 15, presumably. There we are, that's done.
Ubisoft announced a new Tetris game.
Oh, I heard they'd got Tetris, yeah. How is this going to work?
Tetris Ultimate, it's called.
Oh, it's the last one they can ever be.
Yes. Well, they did tell that to Squaresoft for their Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. Somebody needs to get them a dictionary.
The newest iteration of the game will include multiplayer for up to 4 players, with several modes: marathon, endless, ultra sprint, battle, and power-up battle. The developer worked with Alexei Paginov, the original game's creator.
Oh, yes.
So they made him sit on a bench, say, we're making Tetris. Just sit over there, will you? Just tell us about how bad Russia was or something, you know.
Go on, Alexei. Shh.
Yeah.
Stop crying.
See, we're gonna call you Alexei Sale. You're fat now.
Because we can't pronounce Paginov because nobody can. Yes. Well, that'll be.
Better Alexei pay him off now. So he's got the rights.
Oh shit, we've got to pay Alexei again. Yeah, hang on, get the checkbook. How much is that in rubles?
God damn, the crushing of communism.
We're trying to think what other big ones. Alien Isolation looks like it might be interesting.
Yes, the only Sega game that was remotely interesting.
Yeah.
Unless you're into Hatsune Miku. Are you into?
No, not really.
A green-haired anime girl.
No.
Sounding like she's in a room full of helium. So, Alien Isolation looks quite good. It's kind of a sort of hide and seek thing. Where I think there's only the one alien in the game. It might probably wrong, but yes, it's a first-person survival horror game developed by Creative Assembly, due to release in late 2014. Alien Isolation will be available on blah blah blah, and will be set on a decommissioned trading station on the fringes
of space, invoking the spirit of Ridley Scott's classic 1979 film. You'll be tasked with avoiding the ruthless xenomorph stalking the shadows. I found the page you're reading them from.
Fuck yeah. You bastard.
Oh no, seriously, I think this is the way to do an Alien game, isn't it?
Yeah, you actually have tents in it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of here's a load of shooting and shit that don't make any sense, you know. But no, looking forward to that one.
It will do, yeah.
So we've got Batman Arkham Knight, of course.
Yes. Well, I try not to show footage of that because last year Warner Brothers were absolute cunts to us and decided to take down our video last year's E3. That's why I reloaded it and uploaded it with a. I told you, didn't I? Yeah, they're bastards. Warner Brothers are absolute bastards with copyright on YouTube.
Bloody hell!
I'm forever having to fight them with stuff. So they're paying out. Luckily, I've got a contact now, so hopefully they'll sort it out now. So. But I know I've just called him a bastard, so maybe he won't.
Yep, they'll be our best friends forever now.
I am so glad that Universal don't make games anymore. So, anyhow, yes, they got a Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah, big difference seems to be Batmobile.
Yes, so you can drive around the city in that, because obviously the city is about twice as large. And I'm looking forward to it, but it's been put back till 2015.
Yeah, I'd heard that. Well, I'd prefer it to be 6 months late and better than early and unfinished.
And I don't know if you noticed, they've actually announced an Arkham Asylum animated movie.
Have they?
Yes, a prequel to the first Batman Arkham Asylum.
Bloody hell.
So, yes.
That's interesting.
So, yes, that should be coming out quite soon.
Oh, going back to Ubisoft a second, was there anything new on The Crew? I meant to look into that.
Oh, yes, there's more about The Crew that you can sort of rate. I don't know what they're talking about. It seems to be a replica of the whole of America they've made you can race on. Somehow I don't believe.
I had a quick go on it. Obviously, I didn't race over the whole of America last year.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. I think you didn't have the time then.
Yeah, that's right. I was on it for 47 hours and then I passed out. Yeah, there was something really nice about the game. It sort of had a really nice feel to it. You could just sort of drive along, start pissing around, and then suddenly just race other people as they came up. But what the game will be like when it comes out, who can say? But it's rare for me to be interested in any sort of car racing game, and that genuinely did have something sort of nice feel to it. We shall see.
So yeah, no, I'll be interested to see what it's like. But I just want fun racing. I just want sort of Mario Kart type racing. I don't want these bloody super serious driving games all the time.
That sort of had a nice sort of mixture between the two, but it wasn't sort of crazy like Mario Kart.
It's a bit like Blur.
Yeah, so there's a sort of arcadey feel to it.
Because naming video games after 90s pop bands is always a good idea.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What could possibly go?
So yes, Oasis, the video game, coming soon.
Dead Island 2. Somebody said was announced.
Yes, that's coming soon. Yes, I won't be getting a copy of that because the PR company for that are bastards.
You certainly won't be now.
Yeah, that fuck them, won't they die? fucking bitches. I can't stand the woman. So fuck them. I don't want to talk about that. Fuck them. They don't deserve the space on my.
Doesn't seem they're doing their PR very well.
No, well, they completely piss me off and they're useless. So they're trying to go out the way of not getting their game promoted. They can go fuck themselves. So I don't want to. So fuck them. I don't want to talk about that.
I think they're the best people ever, and I can't wait to play.
Oh, you're a bastard. I hate you now.
I can't even remember what game it was. What was it?
Fuck it. Anyway, it's not even the original producers anymore. They've gone off to work for another company now to make a zombie game. I don't know. It's called something else. So it's not even they've got the name, and that's it. So fuck them. So
on a slightly lighter note, Destiny. Have you played the beta?
I have not. No.
No. Yeah. No, you'd have probably spotted Peter Dinklage when.
Yes, somebody just said it's an MMO version of Halo. Have you played it?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, I was having some amazing insight there. I'll make some up.
Unfortunately.
That's great.
Ah. Well, there you go. No, it looks quite interesting, but I will get it when it comes out. But it's one of those games I need to play with friends, and I don't think anybody else is buying it. I mean, are you going to be buying it?
No, very unlikely.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Wes won't buy it because he's a miserable sod. Ian might get it for because he works. Ian Higton, I used to do videos with. If anybody doesn't know, he's now buggered off to work for Eurogamer, so we don't do as many videos now, unfortunately. So, because he's all better now, he's got super friends, and I have, got better friends than me.
These super friends, like Batman.
Yes, he's got super Eurogamer friends. I'm very bitter this year, aren't I?
Calm down, it's going to be fine, Larry. It's going to be fine.
Warner Brothers announced a Mad Max video game.
Oh God, yeah, I heard there was going to be a Mad Max game. I've literally known nothing beyond that. Did they give any information?
I don't know. Master Blasters 2 is going to be a DLC character, like a pre-order character. So play a giant Down syndrome man with his PS3 exclusive, Wii U exclusive, giant Down syndrome man. So it's developed by the same studio that bought game as Just Cause 2, so that's quite good. I like Just Cause 2.
Oh, that's a good sign. Yeah, bloody hell.
So yes. They've not announced anything, just a reveal trailer that they've got it with some reasonably pre-rendered cutscenes and probably a guy who doesn't look like Mel Gibson.
Yeah. I've just spotted in my notes here, it says Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes.
That's what we were talking about earlier when we said
it's weird, because I'd completely forgotten.
Oh, well, there you go.
That proves how much interest I had in that. Oh, well.
There you go, yeah. This is what will happen. Activision have got other people involved now, and it's just going to saturate the market with these plastic toys and that. So if you collect all three, and it's inevitable they're going to go on to Pokemon at one point.
Yeah, they really should have got into that by now.
Yeah.
They've really missed a bloody trick on that. I mean, really missed a trick. 'Cause it's the most... well, let's not get into it, but it was just bizarre that such an obvious thing that would work so well with Pokemon ended up being done for Spyro the Dragon. It makes no sense to me.
That is true, yes. And they only put him in there because they wanted to sort of ride the coattails of a recognised franchise.
Yeah. And it turns out kids love the toys and they give a shit about Spyro.
Yeah. So they sort of quietly sort of retired him. They pushed him back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and another thing Ubisoft that looks really good is Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, I did not know there was a new Rainbow Six.
Oh, did you see the Ubisoft press thing?
I haven't, no.
Oh, they fly you out to do all that press thing for Watch Dogs, and you don't even watch their own videos.
Fly me out? It was only in Guildford.
Guildford, yeah.
You can't fly from Norwich to Guildford.
I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe it's a new name for a Seychelles island. They renamed it Guildford. Guildford Island.
Is there even an airport in Guildford? I flew out on my magic carpets to play a little bit of Watch Dogs. Yeah.
But it's really good. It's one of these games where you only get one life, so you can't mess about.
The Rainbow Six games were always pretty good.
Yes, so yeah, you have to do tactical. Basically, they've done a pre-run demo of one team holding a hostage and another team in this sort of a suburban house, and another team having to work out how to get in there. Like you can go in through the roof or through sort of the basement and stuff like that.
Cool.
So and they got and also it's got really good physics where you can actually, since the walls of a normal house are only made out like plasterboard, you can shoot through it and stuff like that. And create your own sort of doorway if somebody's boarded up the wall. And
that's what that was. I saw a little bit of footage of people were shooting through doors, making fucking great holes in them. And that I didn't realise it was a Rainbow Six.
It was. I actually thought it was a new rescue game. You know, Rescue the Embassy Mission. Do you remember that?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I thought it was a sequel to that. The way it was set up, sort of the intro and stuff like that. But it is Ubisoft, so I thought no, what's his name game this year? No announcement of any. What's his name? Sam Fisher.
Oh, Splinter Cell. Taking a year off.
Ah, poor. What they did, they shouldn't have got rid of what's his name, old Michael Ironside. Yeah. I mean, but then again, Konami did that with getting rid of what's his name for the voice of Sam Snake. Sam Snake.
Hi, I'm Sam Snake.
Yeah.
Welcome to my video game.
Solid Snake. They got rid of the voice actor for him, David Hayter.
Yeah.
And that was weird. Did you have the new Ground Zeroes? Did you play it? Have it?
You know my feelings on Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yes. You wait for the full retail to come out to experience the full game.
Yes, to experience never buying it or having to think about it. Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to send you 10 copies now because it's so cheap. Anyhow, basically because they've replaced him with what's his name from 24.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland, yes.
I'm hearing that.
Well, the worst thing is you don't know if it's him talking now because Solid Snake's got such a unique voice that you can't tell who's talking on because, he's just got a gravelly voice now and that could be anybody. I've got a gravelly voice, yeah.
Could be Billy West or Nolan North.
Billy West, yeah. Or the boy who does the voice of Bender.
I've just realised all video game voice actors have to have a surname named after a point of the compass. There's going to be Francine East is going to come on and do the female voices, and John South will come in to complete it. I saw there's a new Dragon Age game.
Dragon Age, yes, there is a new Dragon Age game.
I literally know nothing more than that.
Let's have a look. I'm looking on the list.
Is it BioWare this time?
It's not on the list. I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it is BioWare. Yeah,
no, it's got a different name on it. So it's got like a.
Another subject, Inquisition, I believe.
Inquisition, yes. So loads of Monty Python jokes.
Nobody expects the Dragon Age. There we are. We've started that already. Yeah, don't really give a shit about Dragon Age, but if you like Dragon Age, there's going to be more of it.
It just seems like a medieval. What's his name? Mass Effect, really, to me. They've announced a Mass Effect 4, I believe, haven't they?
Really?
Yes.
That really surprised me. I heard they were working on a new IP, BioWare.
No, this is EA we're talking about.
Bloody hell. So there's going to be... I honestly thought they were doing something new, BioWare.
I think they are. Doing something new, but they're in between new Dragon Age and... Unless somebody else is making it.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, this is like the ginger-haired stepchild now, isn't it? Where they do a fourth part to a trilogy. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a bit like the fourth Parts of the Caribbean. It didn't need to be made. They've wrapped up the story, but no, we'll just make another one.
It's making us money. There must be more. Infinitely more. Yeah.
Trying to have a look what else is quite interesting.
Bethesda have something new, like a survival horror game.
The Evil Within.
That's it. Yeah. Don't know anything much about it.
It's got a logo, which is a picture of a brain wrapped up in barbed wire.
Oh, blimey. Didn't see that.
Which is, I thought that was a euphemism for migraines or something, but... We're incredibly proud to announce The Evil Within, said Mikami. My team and I are committed to creating an exciting new franchise, providing fans with a perfect blend of horror and action.
Blimey.
It does look quite interesting, I must admit.
Well, it's got barbed wire around a brain and Robson Green isn't in it. So
is he?
No, he had a television program, something about wire. Oh, no, it was Wire in the Blood.
Oh, okay.
I was confused. I thought it was Wire in the Brain for a second, I was going to say. Yeah. A sequel to Homefront, isn't there?
Yes. But I'm not talking about that because they're bastards again. Fuck them.
I'm sure it'll be just as good as the first one. Wow.
Yes.
That's not saying a lot. I'm trying to think of other sequels.
Evolve. We've not talked about Evolve yet.
Oh, God, yeah.
From the makers of Left 4 Dead.
Yes. It does look interesting. A sort of crazy take on the cover-based shooter, isn't it?
I think it's some sort of cross between Left 4 Dead and Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh. Ooh.
Or did you ever play Tank on the Wii U?
I didn't know.
Oh, that's the end of that conversation then. Okay. Well, I can't really go any further. Basically, yeah, you can have 4 people against one massive monster, and you have to take them down together and that, which is a lot harder. Actually, it's a lot harder to play as the giant monster because they've got speed and things to hide behind on their cover, and you're just a giant target that's slow, and the only thing you've got above is massive strength and sort of stamina, health. Really, so it's a lot harder to play as I was hoping it's going to be more like the versus mode in Left 4 Dead, where you could play as boss zombies and stuff like that.
It's interesting to see. I'm really interested in this, actually, just to see how it plays out.
It does look quite interesting. I think it'll be quite fun. I think you have to get the right people to play with as well.
Oh, well, true of most online games, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a lot of noise about that. It does sound interesting. Again, I shall keep an eye out.
Yes. So, what else have we got? Lara Croft, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I saw the trailer to that. It just looked like Lara Croft Murderer.
Yes. Well, that's what she was anyway. She just going around beating to death indigenous people and endangered animals, really.
That's true, I suppose. It did look like you were playing a serial killer or something. It's a very odd trailer, but fair enough. And they're doing a sequel to Guardian of Light, aren't they?
Yes, that is Temple of Osiris.
Ah. Yep, we're doing well with the old sequels.
Well, this is everything. Pretty much at least 50% of the games on the list have got a number on the end. Mirror's Edge 2. Mirror's Edge 2 they look quite disappointing because it does look like exactly like the first one.
I thought that. Yes. I did like the first one, but it was such a sort of stylized look, very bleached out and white. I suppose if they stick to that, it's always going to look similar, isn't it?
And it took them 5 years to do a sequel, then just got coloured in white. But no,
my understanding is the first didn't sell that well, did it?
It didn't, because everybody moaned it was a bit short, and it was more an experiment. I mean, they should have done a sort of orange box with it and sort of tagged it with another game, really, like Portal and that, because it was an experiment. It wasn't long enough to be a full game or a download game. Right. And they've also got one for the iPad, haven't they? Mirror's Edge game, which is like an Infinity Runner type thing. What's that game where you play as a black man, a man in silhouette, and he's running on the roof?
Oh God! That's going to annoy me now.
Vector or something. Vector Run.
Vector. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. A Cannabelt is another one.
Cannabelt, yes.
Yeah, that's like an early one.
It's basically that in 3D with sort of Mirror's Edge looking characters.
I played it. It was all right. Wasn't as good as people made out, but New Kingdom Hearts, isn't there?
New Kingdom Hearts, yes, Kingdom Hearts.
Is that for the next gen only, or current gen? I suppose it is.
I'm looking at Kingdom Hearts 3 is for PS4 and Xbox One.
Ah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix is for PS3.
That's unexpected.
So yes.
Blimey. As Last of Us is, well, they said this ages ago, but there's going to be like a... Yeah.
But that was the worst kept secret ever, that was.
Yeah.
We're not going to do one. Oh, yes, we are. I'll give you...
The end.
Yeah. I told you about they're also quietly announced that they're going to be re-releasing Thingy Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs HD, yes. And it does seem a bit offensive, really. Insulting that they're just going to keep re-releasing bloody 2-year-old Xbox 360 PS3 games, really. I know they haven't got anything coming out, but, at least give us some sort of discount or something if we got the original.
It does feel that sort of shovelware thing of just we need to flesh out the amount of titles. Exactly. Get this old game, make the textures slightly nicer and up its resolution a bit, away we go.
Yeah, but the fact they have the audacity to charge full price for it is...
Yeah, that's cheeky as well, because it'd be far more than the bloody original game was when it came out.
Sleeping Dogs, you can get it for $5 now. Really?
Yep.
Original.
I think I literally did. Yep.
It's a good game. I really enjoyed it. But, it's...
fuck. New Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat X.
Totally forgot. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up because I know you're such a fan of Mortal Kombat.
I do like a bit more.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It was Killer Instinct, didn't it, your love?
Yeah, oh god, no. Can't be doing Killer Instinct. No, I love my fighting games, and I like a bit of Mortal Kombat. But there's something that interested me is that the actual characters are like actual different body sizes for the first time ever, I think.
Oh, instead of like palette swaps.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, they're the worst for that one. But there's like huge characters and different things. Something they've picked up from doing Injustice, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
Solomon Grundy being a massive bastard and all that.
They got that Master Blaster character, didn't they? The little woman on top of the big bloke.
Yep. It looks sort of interesting. And I like the way they're going for. It's set like 20 years on or something from the last one. It's like Johnny Cage's daughter's in it or something.
Yeah, Cassie Cage.
That's the one. And I quite like that because it means they get a load of new characters in that actually refreshes it a bit, like Street Fighter 3 or Tekken 3, that kind of thing.
It's a shame they haven't made Sub-Zero an old man now. They've got some sort of like a Gen character from Street Fighter. He's got an old beard. And it'd be cool to have a frozen beard. That'd be quite...
Icicles.
Stalactite icicles sort of beard. That'd be cool, that would. I'm patenting that.
Looks like a White Walker from Game of Thrones. The only thing that worries me about these new MK games is the fatalities seem to have lacked that sort of edge of dark humour, and now they're just sort of unpleasant, getting a bit sort of torture porny.
Yeah.
Or is that just because the graphics are getting better, do you think?
There's only so much you can really do with photos, I believe. Really, you could only sort of pull people's heads off and rip their hearts out and sort of blow them up, really. It's only sort of so much you could do with a digitized image, really. But when it's you could do whatever you want. I've seen them sort of like blow a hole in it and their heart drops down and then from a hole in that and they crush it and stuff like that. And
yes, I saw that one. It's all very vicious. But, if it lacks that sort of edge of humour.
They rip out somebody's spinal column and sticks out their arse and sort of then make them dance about a floppy dance with a dog tail and
then post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And Ultra Street Fighter 4, of course.
Oh, yes, with Cammy
hat. That's painfully lazy, isn't it? It's just characters from Street Fighter Cross Tekken and backgrounds from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. They've got that background with a fucking dinosaur in it. How does that fit into Street Fighter?
Are you getting it? Are you getting a copy?
I will do when it's cheap. It's the only time for a Street Fighter thing I haven't got it on sort of release, really.
Well,
I like Hugo as a character as well, but
we're not allowed to call him Andor anymore, are we?
No, that's instant death.
Yes, Andrew the Giant. Andrew the Giant, yeah. Andre the Giant estate will sue the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's depressing that, but it's just. I don't know, man. Put some bloody effort in. Give us a new character or something, and not just Cammy with a funny hat.
Well, especially, they must have known people were going to moan because they kept quiet about the final character for so long. And now going, it's a character's never been in Street Fighter before. Oh, it's going to be Hagar, isn't it? Fuck yeah! And no, it wasn't. It was Cammy with a fucking. What's that?
They did kind of build it up, didn't they?
Yeah,
If they'd just said at the start, "Oh, and there's a Palace Swap cameo," right, enjoy. It wouldn't have been so bad. But it was like for years they didn't release, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Get to the end,
Well,
and
like
it's something nobody gives a shit about.
But like I said, when they announce it's a character that's never been in Street Fighter before, and everybody just assumes it's going to be Hagar.
Yeah, not Evil Ken or something.
Yeah.
I joked there wasn't Evil Ken, Violent Ken in SBCK.
Or maybe, could I at least bring back one of the ones from the Blair from the original?
No, they can't do anything from those games.
Oh, so we'll never ever.
The rights are owned by a different company.
So we'll never see Skullomania.
No, there'd be no Volcano Rosso.
Oh.
We all know it had just been Cycloid Beta or something anyway.
Oh, that's a shame. I quite like some of the characters in that. I mean, they were completely ludicrous in terms of Street Fighter characters, but no.
Yeah, some of them were terrible, like the Cycloids. But and Volcano Rosso, nobody gives a shit about him.
Yes.
The Dead Rising 3 DLC, where you can get all the powers and that of
Street Fighter
characters,
Ultra Super Mega Thingy bloody stuff.
Yeah. It's a really good laugh, that.
Hagar's in that as well.
Yeah.
And I've also brought back, what's his name as well? Frank West.
Yep. And there's a real load of old obscure Capcom stuff in. It's like there's been a bit of love go into it, which is something that's sorely lacking from Capcom.
And I've also made him look like the original Frank West, not the Frank West from Dead Rising 2, where he looks more like Dan Aykroyd.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
My God. Trying to think what else.
Other games coming out, you mean?
Yeah, what was that thing that looked exactly like Lord of the Rings in the snow? These blokes with big hammers, like attacking this big monster.
I can't remember that. It's not
Bloody
Winx Club.
Might have been Wings. I don't think it was.
That's a 3DS. No, 3DS and DS exclusive.
Oh, this was next gen and PC. Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
So they're just doing the thingy walkers from.
Yeah, it does have a sort of Game of Thronesy feel to it, but also it feels like a cross between Warhammer and Game of Thrones. Don't know what's going on with that. I don't really know much about it. But the trailer was all bloody pre-rendered. So.
They announced some more of the Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh my goggly goodness! I had somehow forgotten about that, which does look Battlefront was fucking great.
It's a shame they never picked up any of the abandoned Battlefront 3 stuff.
That cool stuff about like a Sith version of Kenobi and that.
That was awesome. That was.
Yeah. But no.
I think there's a Sith version of what's his name as well?
Yoda,
yes. He's got a long sort of mane growing out the back of his head and stuff like that. His hair's all grown white and
manky Yoda. That's what Capcom would call him.
And Visceral has announced a Star Wars game as well.
Open world, isn't it? That's all I know about it.
Oh, okay. Well, they're the ones who made what's his name? That survival horror game. Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it's an open world next gen Star Wars game. That's all there's said about it. Yes, like you said. Makers of Dead Space and Dante's Inferno, but we don't talk about Dante's Inferno.
Oh God, Dante! Yes, bloody hell! It's like Gears of War, God of War, only not so much. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, there's literally no information beyond it's an open world Star Wars game for the next gens.
Well, that's probably the most vague name you can have for a video game, really, isn't it? It's an open world. Oh, that narrows it down.
It could be anything. It's just going to be Tetris with Yoda heads. Yeah. Oh well.
What else? Well, World of Tanks is still being announced. You know, it's been beta for over a bloody year on the Xbox 360.
Shit, that still isn't out, is it? That's a good point.
It's going to be free to play as well, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They should have moved it over to Xbox One or something. They got World of Tanks Blitz as well coming to mobile platforms, which means nothing to me. The Witcher 3 is coming out.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes,
wild. Forgotten about that bugger.
That looks quite interesting, actually.
Yeah. Witcher 2, very interesting game.
Never played it, I must admit. I never got into it.
It was good. Very solid. What was I there was another big franchise coming out with something that I didn't know anything about.
Borderlands?
No. Was it Warhammer? Yes, I think it was a new Warhammer 40k for the next gens. I don't know anything else about it. Hang on. This looks like a job for looking it up.
Ooh,
Oh. Yeah, literally, it's called Warhammer 40k, The Eternal Crusade, and that's it.
Oh, there you go, yes.
That's all that's known.
And it's being made by Behaviour Interactive, which I've never heard of before.
No, I don't. That rings no bells to me at all, no. Somebody mentioned they were bringing out 3s for the Xbox One.
Yes, what is 3s?
It's like a little browser game.
Is it a sequel to 2s?
Yeah, if you haven't played 2s, you're going to have to play that first so you don't get lost in the storyline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not the sort of thing you would expect to be coming out for the Xbox One, put it that way.
Oh.
I mean, it really is something you can play in a browser, you know. Have you seen No Man's Sky?
Yes, it's made by a British team, so we should...
It is indeed. Fly the flag. But
Hello,
yeah,
yes, rather.
Looks pretty fucking amazing.
Yes, it's sort of you can discover your own planets and name them after yourself and that. So
it's all procedural. You sort of fly in from space right down and crash into the floor.
And every single person meets on a different planet as well. So whatever planet you'll start on is the planet that is named after you as well. So if you ever expect to play with friends, you're fucked. Really, that's what it means. Unless you can jump into somebody else's world and stuff like that. But yeah,
I reckon that's likely.
Yeah. What else? Is there much else to talk about?
PlayStation finally announced their Gaikai system that they bought like 40 years ago and are finally getting around to.
Oh, the PlayStation TV. No, that's not that. That's the Vita thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that will now stream to your PS3 games or something to your kettle or whatever. No, it's like on live, that kind of thing. PlayStation Now is what they've called it.
PlayStation Now.
Yep, I only knew that because I just happened to catch PlayStation out of the corner of my eye on the second screen. Yeah.
Which is ironic because they're playing old PlayStation games on it. Should be called PlayStation then, really. See, I'm witty as well. I can do witty journalism.
Well done.
Quips, yes.
You are now the editor of Edge magazine.
So yeah, you can do. It's up to PlayStation 3 games. But is it free if you got PlayStation Plus?
That is a bloody good question. I don't know anything about the pricing.
Because I don't want to pay any more. Because I've got half the bloody games. All I should do is get off my fat ass and stick them in the bloody PlayStation 3, and I'm all right. So.
You're supposed to be able to play it on sort of your phone and stuff like that, but you still need the DualShock controller.
Oh, great.
Or DualShock, well, the PlayStation 3 one. So I don't think you do if you're on like a Vita or PS4. You can use built-in one. But if you're using something else, you've got to have your old PlayStation controller. So which makes sense, I suppose.
Do you think you'll be getting hold of a PlayStation TV for a future video?
I don't know. If it does something interesting, you can do a good video on, maybe.
You could play Vita games on the telly.
I'm not really playing them on the Vita at the
minute. Well, because there's not many of that games being announced for the Vita, really. They've concentrated on PS4 and Xbox One, really, most of their series, these games. Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed is coming out to PS Vita.
No idea what that is.
No, and I can't.
It has the word undressed, so I'm interested.
It's undead. Oh, maybe it's that Onomachu sort of. You know that girl who was dressed in a bikini and a cowboy hat and a samurai sword, something like that. Gonpachi or something. I don't know. Battlefield Hardline, which is a battlefield with cops and robbers. Have you seen any of that?
I've only heard about it. As in, literally, they're doing something different with Battlefield, and it's going to be crime-related.
So basically, I've got a code because I'm a partner on Twitch, you see. And, yes, and they gave everybody a code, and I can't be asked to play it. I've installed it now, just not be asked to play it yet. So, but yeah, I should do that. I'm scared of getting my ass kicked by PC players because I prefer playing with a joypad. No.
Difficult.
Yes. EA Sports have announced a Ultimate Fighting Championships game.
That doesn't surprise me greatly. That's becoming almost like wrestling in the sort of yearly stuff, isn't it? Whatever happened to EA MMA?
I think it disappeared. What happened to EA's WCW series?
Fuck, there's a point. Hang on. It's true. As soon as they're front,
that disappeared. It's a shame, really, because the next WCW game they announced actually used the Nintendo 64 WWF engine.
Oh.
Yes, the Aki engine, as it was called.
My goodness.
So there's an interesting fact about old games that nobody cares. And there's Lego Batman 3. So.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, there had to be a new Lego. Yeah.
Yes. You've got to have Lego games of every bloody franchise now. I mean, they're going to probably bring out Lego Schindler's List or something soon, or something rather. It's going to make every single franchise ever made of ever just turn into Lego.
Lego Dawn of Time. Just in one piece, the primordial atom. Yeah.
No, that's actually a current Lego set, so it's not that 30 quid, that is.
Those Minecraft sets are really something amazing.
I'm looking forward to getting hold of the Ghostbusters car Lego set.
Do you know I ordered that today?
Oh.
Yep. Tesco have currently got them in stock if you want to look online.
Oh, how much are they?
Far too fucking much, my friend. It's about 40 quid.
I got the Back to the Future car, and that was quite...
Oh, Jesus. I hated the look of that. I couldn't tell what it was even supposed to be a car.
Yeah, you sent me the Kusu thing, and you were moaning about it. You were saying, look how good the original design model was over there.
Yeah. The thing they released, I didn't know it was supposed to be a car when I first saw it, let alone that it was supposed to be the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh.
The Ghostbusters one looks about 50 times better.
Well, the DeLorean, they changed it in a way that you could adapt it into any of the 3 versions of the car from any of the movies.
None of them even looked like a pissing car. It looked like an explosion in a balsa wood factory. That was very disappointing. That's something I would love in Lego. Plus, the little figures were quite nice with it. You know, the Doc and the Marty. They did the job.
It looks a bit weird when they've got flesh-coloured skin, though.
They've started doing that. I noticed that with some of the Star Wars stuff. It's only for the licensed things. I don't know why they're doing it. It just makes them look odd.
I thought they chose yellow because that's just like a Simpson thing, you know. It's like their product colour for like generic skin. They can't be accused of any sort of racism because it's all one colour. Yeah.
They had, for licensed stuff, they sort of had to have a brown skin for something like, you know, Samuel L. Jackson in Star Wars and that, because if not, it just looks fucking weird, doesn't it? And yeah, they've all started to turn in this sort of odd skin colour. It's very strange.
Very much so. So yeah, and the last game I really mentioned is they're bringing out a new Adventure Time game. But that's for the last gen. Oh, no, Xbox. I don't know. Whoever I'm sorry. I'm reading IGN's article, and they can't spell games for shit. It's coming out for the PC, the PlayStation 3.
Oh, the PlayStatins. Yes.
Yeah,
it'll help your blood pressure.
Yeah, the PlayStation 3, and what else? It's coming out for the Xbox Gond.
Ah, the Xbox Gond.
Yes, the Xbox Gond. It's coming out for.
That's amazing. I've been needing some games for my Xbox Gond. Yes. You're not even joking. I've just found the page. It literally says Xbox GOND. That means games on demand.
Oh! So that means it's going to be free, in other words. Is it, or is it?
That's a good question.
But that's the same system. That's
yeah, that makes no sense, does it?
Yes.
So it's not on bloody Xbox One.
If you click on the link, you can say the PlayStation.
The PlayStation 3, yes.
Yeah, it just sounds like some sort of Chinese knockoff, doesn't it?
Only plays Xbox games, yeah.
Plays Famicom clone games.
Yeah, that's in all ROM hacks of Harry Potter in. Yeah. Well, that's quite interesting.
Yes, so and that's also been developed by Way Forward Technologies, who sort of fucked up DuckTales last year, and nobody sort of went to upset them and say it.
Yeah. Interestingly, just scrolling down this IGN page here, I found this earlier actually, it's got all the games in alphabetical order. It mentions a couple of PSP games.
Really?
Must be Japanese only. No. Well, no, because it wouldn't be E3.
It would be E3, and that'd be at the Tokyo Game Show, wouldn't it, if it's Japanese only?
Shit, I've just lost them. I found them. End of Serenity by Natsumi.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to do a search, I think, to find the other one. I swear I found just another one. Yeah, Brandish, the Dark Revenant.
Ooh.
That's it. Interesting that they're still producing games.
That is so weird. I've also the Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I don't know what that means.
What?
Final Fantasy Type O HD, is it some sort of brand new blood transfusion of trying to Final Fantasy? You could, have your Chocobo blood transfusions now. So.
Oh, bloody hell! We were talking earlier about Microsoft bringing back old IPs that nobody cared about.
Yeah.
And we had Quantum Break, didn't we?
Is it Voodoo Vince they're bringing back?
Voodoo Vince, the next generation.
Voodoo Vince 2, yes, because it's such a demanded title.
I'd like to see a Motocross Madness or something, actually, in all seriousness. But no, this is oh god, I can't remember the name of it. It was like a card game with action elements.
I thought you were going to talk about Project Spark, and they've right at the end of the video they said, "Oh, and Conker's going to be in the game." And fuck you, just bring out a new Conker game. Don't just include him in bloody your fucking sort of Little Big Planet shite.
You serious? I thought you were joking at first.
No.
They literally just went, oh, and here's a new Conker, but he's just in Project Spark.
Yeah, he's just going to be a playable character that you can put in your own games. And it's like a big slap in the face, that is.
Deary me.
Anyway, what's this card game you were discussing?
Can't bloody remember what it was called. Hang on, I'm going to have to look it up on the list here. Balls. It was an Xbox One only game. Phantom Dust.
We talked about at the beginning.
Did we? I can't even remember. I thought it was odd we missed it.
I'm sure we spoke about it at the beginning.
Maybe we did. Maybe I got it confused with something else.
No, I got it confused with Quantum Break. Yeah, Phantom Dust is the one I was talking about earlier.
Oh, I wondered why I couldn't quite latch onto what you were saying.
So yeah, that's. I don't think it came out over here.
So Quantum Break isn't an old franchise?
No, Quantum's probably some new shit I've not heard of.
That would explain why I didn't know what the bloody hell it was.
Don't ever put the word Quantum in your game title because it instantly bombs. Sorry.
Yeah, it is bad news, isn't
it? What was that Gears of War rip-off?
Quantum Theory.
Quantum Theory. I got 10 copies of that. They gave me them. They sort of said, "Can I have a copy for review?" Okay, have 10 of them. Okay. You can give them away as prizes. Yeah, no thanks. I just... So yeah,
I'm going to have to look up Quantum Break now to find out what that actually is.
Yes, it's like the future version of Big Break. And they got John Virgo as a main character.
He basically hits a trick shot so amazing it splits an atom.
John Virgo in a post-apocalyptic New York.
And all his different waistcoats are different pre-order DLC.
Yeah. It looks a bit like, I don't know. It's not another one of them bloody sort of heavy rain type game looking things.
It's really weird. The game will blend between a live action TV series and a video game where how you play the game will impact that show.
What? So in other words, if you don't play the game, it'll get cancelled.
That's it. You have to put in a certain amount of hours every week,
yeah.
Or you never find out what happens at the end.
So yeah, it's another game they've announced but not done anything with. So they got coming 2015 at the end.
It's by Remedy. They were Max Payne.
They were
Alan Wake, weren't they? Yeah. Interesting. Oh well. I mean, I'm sort of technically interested in what it'll be, but
yes. But again, it's a game that was announced last year, and they've not really done anything.
I'm slightly worried about melding the game and the live action because the live action is going to look a lot more realistic than the game, isn't it?
So is this one of these things that you can have to play at a certain date as well?
Oh my goodness, no! It can't.
I mean, it's a bit like because they done that satellite thing. Nintendo done it in the 90s with a Zelda thing. You could sort of interact with this radio play while playing Zelda at the same time. You only had like an hour to complete a certain amount of dungeons each time and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm looking at the trailer here for Quantum Break. I've seen it before. It's the one where there's like an explosion, a woman's flying out of a window, and then it all freezes and like some hard-boiled detective types come in.
Yeah.
And then he sort of grabs hold of the woman and says, "I've saved you."
Oh, good. So it's like Minority Report. Minority Report.
Yeah, it seems to have that sort of vibe to it. Oh, well. Could be interesting.
It could be, yes. So, is it live action, this television show?
Yeah.
Because that's going to look really, really weird, isn't it, combined with graphics?
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier. They can't combine them directly, because it would just be like some fucking old FMV game.
Yeah, like Night Trap or something, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, they're announcing they might be releasing an HD version of Night Trap soon. As well, they're working on it. It might be like coming out on Blu-ray.
You are joking?
No, they finally got the rights back, and they're going to be doing a sort of a Night Trap special edition.
But it's an appalling game.
Well, it's a cult.
It's barely even a game.
Yeah, it's a cult classic now. It doesn't matter. It's a pile of shit. I mean, it's like everybody loves Dragon Slayer and that. That was a pile of shit. But everybody said, "Oh, it's brilliant. It's like an interactive cartoon." No, it's not. You're just pressing left and right, and not. And if you're slightly too slow, you die and die and die. And
oh my god, it's like a non-interactive cartoon.
Yeah.
That worries me that these really terrible old games are getting re-released when they could be making games that aren't shite. Whereas it's remaking ones that we know are shite.
Well, it's a person who worked on it and he's not made any games since. He's one of these old men that, he thought, I'm probably going to release a Kickstarter for it and that. And do you remember this old game? You can have a Kickstarter for only 50 grand that you can have like a special edition signed by some old cunt you've never heard of.
Wow. Where do I put that money in?
Yeah. You can have your name in the thank you credits and shit like that. And so.
Oh well. Well, I think that's the lot, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Bloody hell, we got there in the end, mate.
We did. So, yes, that is E3 2014. Like I say, if you want to listen to us rant about previous E3s, I shall post up little links in the bottom of this screen now, so you can listen to us about old E3s and how much we've got wrong about our future expectations of following
things which aren't even out yet.
Yes.
Yep.
Have you got any and shall we say anything about this E3? You got anything that you expect coming out in the next 12 months?
That hasn't been announced?
Yeah, Gears of War, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I think in fact they've pretty much announced that, haven't they?
Yeah, well, they got the rights a couple of months ago, so.
Yeah. No, it's been a very heavy E3 for games as such, hasn't it?
It has, but
hell of a lot of announcements.
Most of them are from games from last year and their updates, so.
This is very true, actually.
So we haven't got a new clean slate, and there was no big breakaway game that went, oh wow, that's amazing. There's no, you expect somebody. There's no clear winner of. Oh, by the way, we're bringing out Shenmue 3 or Half-Life 3. It's going to be exclusive to PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. And there was nothing about the new Steam console as well. That's been put back.
Holy shit, nothing at all.
It's because they've got the system ready. They've shown everyone the specs, but. Valve have said they're not going to do anything about it until they've got the joypad just right, because they keep revising it over and over again. And the problem with that is it's going to be the same thing over for the Phantom. Do you remember the Phantom?
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well,
I haven't thought about that for a while.
Basically, it's going to be that where it's going to be so long in technology that it's going to be outdated by the time they get the joypad out, and it's going to start either release really outdated console technology that nobody will buy because it's so bloody old, or they cancel it altogether. So it's just going to be it's turning into the Phantom all over again.
Bloody hell! That was it's like 10 years old now. The Phantom, wasn't that supposed to be out?
Yeah,
can't even remember now.
Well, it was a good idea because you could actually buy PC games for it though. Loads of people were outraged about it that you couldn't. There was no disk drive to put a disc game onto it. You'd have to download it off the internet. Oh, I'm not doing that. It's horrible. I prefer a digital copy, and everybody prefers Steam now. So not have.
Yeah, entirely true. Mind you, 10 years ago, what were your bloody internet connections like? Probably taking you a month to download Assassin's Creed.
Oh yes, I had. I think I had 1 megabyte download. I did.
Wow. Which would have actually been pretty good for the time.
It was BT, and then they went and get my thing. So they're fuckers as well. So this is.
You're full of a lot of hate tonight.
I am. I'm full of rage. I've built up all this pent up aggression over the entire 12 months and that. So.
Just go off on YouTube and leave some comments.
Yes. Let's go around calling people. This video sucks, and I'll go on somebody who's more popular than me and just say you suck, and then I'll get 150 billion fanboy comments going, you're just jealous of him. You're just jealous. He's got more subscribers than you. which is that this is a default.
Have you been leaving comments on PewDiePie's videos again?
Oh, it's just there's no point in that. It's just a tidal wave and retardedness, that is.
A retardo wave.
Yeah. I'm quite popular on your videos, huh? I'm very popular on yours.
I should hope so. People who watch my videos have some sense.
Yes, your Gangnam style video. I've got over 500 likes on my comment.
Holy shit, I'm going to look at it now. To the Comment-mobile.
Yes.
No, not to the Comment-mobile. The Comment-mobile brings pain.
So yes, I'm popular on your videos, but then again, I don't go around saying you suck. You're just jealous he's got more subscribers than you.
It's probably because you actually put some thought into a comment as opposed to just writing, you suck.
No, yeah, no.
Oh yes, I found 504 likes.
Wow. I think that's a record, isn't it, for somebody?
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Hey.
It's a very good comment as well, actually. Not entirely true, because it's stupidly out of date.
So you'll be reviewing What Does the Fox Say in 2017.
However long it takes them to bring one out.
Yes. Or I'm not surprised I've never done a Nyan Cat thing.
Oh.
But I probably don't have rights to it, though.
Well, like they have the rights to Gangnam Style.
Yeah. But that's all this for this year's E3. Like I said, if you want to check out the previous years, be sure to check out the links below. But I have been Guru Larry.
And I haven't. I've been another man called Stuart.
Yes, he's pretending to be him. I couldn't really get him on there because he's got more subscribers than me and I'm jealous of him. So I got an impromptu somebody pretending to be him.
Yeah. I sent him an email saying, hey, do you want to do E3 video this year? And it just said, you suck, in response.
Yeah. And then he wrote back himself saying, you're just jealous I got more subscribers than you.
No, we got it wrong, and you wrote to me saying, I'm just jealous. You've got more subscribers.
Yeah,
no, you've got the order wrong. Let's start again.
I just cut out the middleman. I couldn't be bothered with the story.
Just arguing to yourself in a corner of the internet. That really is like most social media sites. Anyway.
That's Tumblr. Just had some sort of social justice commentary on there. Like, you wouldn't be popular on there. You're white and you're male, so you've got everything that's wrong with, and you're able-bodied. I think
or am I? Oh yes, I bloody am. I'm going to get up and run a bath in a minute.
It's the only running you'll be doing without your legs. Well, before this goes eerily dark, I shall be saying I bid you adieu. So see you next year for our next E3 podcast, and goodbye.
We should do a Gamescom podcast.
We should do, but you keep saying no.
Yes, actually, because they never mention any new games at it.
Oh.
Actually, let's never do a Gamescom podcast.
No, let's not. let's sit there and be cynical. We'll do an hour-long podcast of us standing there being miserable and cynical. So we'll just be doing the first ever glaring podcast where we just stare angrily.
It's a video podcast, no sound, just glaring.
Anger.
Well, it could be worse. We could be just playing horror games, talking over them and pretending we're scared.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's enough PewDiePie.
Yes.
I'll speak to you next year. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you next year. See you 2015. Bye-bye.